says, huh?
In Bluffdale.
In Bluffdale.
All right.
You know, Mark in Bluffdale says that about everything.
Yeah.
Huh?
What?
What?
What was that?
Well, I just saw this morning. Now, you've heard that before, haven't you, Gina?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Happy Organ is the name of that song. Reached number one in 1959. Baby Cortez, who seemed to vanish shortly after that song was a hit.
Was he embarrassed?
His pop stardom was short-lived, and his death in 2022 with an anonymous burial remains a source of mystery. He was a keyboardist and singer and songwriter, and he came out of the Detroit doo-wop scene of the 50s, and he had 2 top 10 hits, The Happy Organ and another one. I've heard.
This one?
Yeah,
I've heard this one before, too.
Yeah. He rarely granted interviews.
No interviews.
And he left the business with bitterness. He felt he'd been, given the shaft, and he couldn't.
Nobody took him seriously?
Yeah, so Dave Cortez Clowney was his real name. He died in May of 2022, but there was no. He was 83. His body is in a Potter's Field on Hart's Island. No marker, just unmarked. They just buried him there.
What a sad life.
He had great ambitions in the music world, apparently, and he just couldn't catch on after these 2 songs. But this song is credited with being the first instrumental to be on the pop charts, and that gave rise to a lot of other instrumental hits. Santo and Johnny, what's it called? Sleepwalk, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this Wipeout. A lot of music aficionados say it liberated the organ. Too.
It liberated the organ.
Into pop
Get it
music.
Out of the church and put it on the radio.
So he was in a recording studio, and he looked over, and there was this something was covered up by a big blanket or something. He said, "What's under there?" I said, "It's a church organ." He said, "Can I play that?" And that's what he played on the Happy Organ. And then, of course, you got Green Onions by Booker T. 96 Tears organ music by Question Mark and the Mysterious, and of course, Light My Fire, The Doors.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I just saw that this morning, and I thought, God, I remember that song, The Happy Organ.
Classical gas.
Now, this is classical gas. This is Mason, and this was an instrumental hit.
Mm-hmm.
Huge hit. Mason Williams had a big hit with this, but he was mainly a novelty song writer, and he'll be coming up in the news with a novelty song that he did. What's this one?
That was a big hit.
Oh, yeah, what is this?
Soulful Strut.
Yeah.
By Young Holt Unlimited.
Is this a playlist of instrumental chart toppers?
Yeah, he just saw Baby Cortez. He said the record business did him wrong.
It's a theme song to something?
Could be.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The Hawaii Five-0.
Mm-hmm.
By The Ventures.
I don't know this one.
I don't know this one.
Now that makes me think of like the Dallas theme song and the Magnum P.I. theme song. Weren't those hits?
No, this is Lonely Bull.
No.
But it's, what's his name? Sergio
No.
the trumpet guy.
Vito, no.
Whipped cream and other delights. That guy.
Herb Alpert.
Herb Alpert. Yeah.
It's a taste of honey.
Yeah. Well, that's right.
Herb Alpert must have a bunch on here.
When I was a kid, the album cover of Whipped Cream and Other Delights. Look it up, Gina.
I've seen it. It's sexy.
Yeah, I mean, it's a naked woman covered in whipped cream.
Yep.
Very controversial.
And not a good idea. It sounds like a good idea.
Why does it sound like a good idea? It doesn't even
Because
sound
it's
like
fun,
No.
It's fun.
No,
it's sticky.
yeah. Gina's speaking from experience, I think.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
No, it's sticky.
She remembers. Oh, what's this one?
Booker T
Booker T
and the MGs. Hang 'em high.
Ah. Well, I think this was from from the movie Hang 'em High.
Could be.
What is this?
Oh, very familiar.
Sounds like it should be in White Lotus or something.
Nino Tempo.
Arthur Lyman. Yellow Bird.
Oh. I'm sure Dave Baby Cortez, he was 83 when he died, he heard all of these hits, and he went, damn it. Come on now, honey.
Sounds like the Sesame Street theme.
There's a bunch of them.
Yep.
It sounds like it's from Bugs Bunny.
The Lonely Bowl.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, what is this from?
This is Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass.
And the name is?
This is The Lonely Bull.
Oh, it is Lonely Bull.
El Solo Toro.
Oh, El Solo Toro.
I think they used this in one of those Clint Eastwood movies.
Probably.
There it is, Dave Baby Cortez.
This has been Farting Around with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96, Radio from Hell.
Yeah, somebody tried to track him down for a podcast episode and found out that he'd been dead for 3 years. All right, we'll take a break now and see. Let's put our organs away. All right, everybody, put your organs away.
All right.
If you have an organ at home, you're a special person, I would say. And I'd like you, in the next few minutes, to get your telephone and get it close to your organ. I want to hear you play us some organ music over the phone. 877-602-9696. Check in with the Radio from Hell show. Give us a little organ music. Now, you can't play your organ on our text line. That doesn't work. But it's 33986 if you'd like to check in that way.
Missed a morsel.
How do you feel about hot water bottles?
No, I don't have a lot of experience with those. Although it seems to my grandmother always had one hanging on the back of the bathroom door with a hose on it.
That wasn't a hot water
bottle. Oh, it wasn't?
It wasn't?
Well, what was it?
Oh.
It was
Really?
red rubber
Yeah, that wasn't a hot
with
water.
a hose
Really?
on it?
No.
Wait a minute, she just left that out?
What was that for?
You really don't know?
I just want you to tell me. I might know, but
It's something that's not recommended anymore that women do.
Oh.
Don't-
Well, I think
that's what that was.
I think
that
it was
not a hot water bottle.
I think it was also used for enemas. they used them for enemas, I think, as well.
Sure.
But it was the same thing, right? There was the hot water. You could take the hose off.
I don't think you should
I think
use
the
it for
same-
all of those things.
Well, I think it was the same deal. You could take the hose off, and there was a stopper. I think.
This really disturbs me because I thought it was just a hot water
No.
bottle. It was like at my aunt's house.
Nope.
And I saw that. She just left that
Yeah.
out?
Yeah, they always used to be hanging on the back, right?
I mean, she knew that we were
It's so-
coming to visit.
So they can dry them out. You
Yeah.
got to hang them
What are you
up.
just leaving
like,
that out for?
They were always on a hook on the back of the
People are
bathroom
coming
door.
to visit you.
It was the custom
Of
of
the
the time. Back in the day, that's what they did.
Don't do.
But I think they also used them as hot water
I hope
bottles.
not.
I'm going to look it up. I'll look it
If your
up.
grandma ever handed you a hot water bottle, I hope it was something
Hey,
different.
even if it was an enema bag, all right? Why did she leave that out?
I
She knew that we were coming to visit. You put stuff away when you
Well,
know
where do you-
people are coming to visit.
put that in the enema bag drawer.
I mean,
And
I
they
mean, I
used
know
it-
we're family, but
and they used it
come
for
on.
flushing other things out as
Yes.
well. They used it for douching.
Why would my aunt just leave that out?
Terry, don't.
I just, she's a horrible person.
No, they always, everybody did.
I remember my grandma having it hanging on. Grandma Fern had it on the back of her.
Douche.
I mean, I didn't like her anyway, but now I really don't like her.
But see, it didn't do you any damage because you didn't know.
It's doing it now.
The memory.
It's making me think about
Are you scarred now?
her thought process. Family's coming to visit. I'm just going to leave this out. I don't care.
Well, maybe somebody in the family needs an enema or a douche or a hot water bottle. It's handy.
It's 6:21. Let's get this over with.
Indeed. We will officially begin the program in just a second here, and then we'll go to your check-ins. 877-602-9696 is the number to call. Check in with the show. Or you can text us, 33986. Gina?
Utah First Credit Union's personal checking, where every feature comes standard. Learn more at utahfirst.com.
Moon on the wane now, 99.4% of full. It's going to be a new moon on July 24th. We won't have another full moon until the 9th of August. The moon will set today at 5:36 a.m., today being Friday. It's the 11th day of July in the year of our Lord, Jesus Christ, 2025. It's, I hated doing this, but I mean, it's Free Slurpee Day.
You hated doing what?
Because it's advertising for somebody who doesn't pay us any money. But it's free Slurpee Day because it's 7-Eleven.
It's a public service for people. Go get your free.
There you go have a free Slurpee. And, yeah. They just give you little tiny ones, don't they? When you
I don't know.
I think. It's National Blueberry Muffin Day.
It's blueberry everything this month.
I had blueberries in a salad last night. National French Fry Day, Gina. Have some French fries with some blueberries, perhaps. It's National Mojito Day.
Mojito Day.
Yes,
Somebody say
mojitos.
mojito day?
I'm making a mojito, everyone. Who would like a mojito?
It's National Rainier Cherry Day. Those are delicious, aren't they?
Mojitos?
No, Rainier cherries.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good. We figure out a Rainier cherry cocktail. And it's National Motorcycle Day. And this is an all-new edition, live, of the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio. It's Kerry Jackson right there. I'm Bill Allred right here. There's Gina Barberi right over there. Katie for short is our fine producer. She's behind me. And Maya? It's Maya helping out. And I believe the dog Vax is in. Yep, there he is. Asleep already. So, there we go.
It's been a hard day.
Yeah, well.
I had to get up and come in here.
It's a dog's life, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. We'll go to your check-ins now. 877-602-9696, please. Or 33986.
Mike in Nashville.
Hello, Mike.
Good morning, Lords. Thanks for letting me listen.
Thank you.
How are things in Nashville?
Oh, they're pretty well, actually. It's
Good.
a little warm, a little humid, but it'll be a good day.
Okay.
But you were mentioning Santo and Johnny's Sleepwalk this morning. That's actually the first song that my wife and I slow danced to when we were dating. And so it's a very special song for us.
That's nice.
That
the
is-
first song you
But
slow
I give her a
danced
shout out
to.
this morning.
Carrie's gone over to the vinyl. I think he's... Oh, I was thinking. I thought maybe...
I can't play it. We'll get kicked off YouTube if I play it right now.
Where were you that you were slow dancing?
Well, actually, it was a learning to swing dance class. So they had, I mean, of course, it's not a swing dance song, obviously, but they had you had the first half of the class was learning to swing dance, and then they had like a dance afterwards. And so it was, so we kind of said that'd be kind of a cool, thing to do and, have a large group of people so that it's not so awkward when you're first started out.
And now, how often do you now go swing dancing?
Never.
That's what I knew it was. It's like me with scuba diving.
Do you ever slow dance in the kitchen though at night when the kids are asleep?
We do. We try to. We always look at each other and say we don't do this enough, and we say, well, we can't. I mean, we got 3 kids. How we could do? Are we going to do this?
When they're asleep, and you're doing the dishes, the dishwasher's going. There's that little sound going. The lights are down a little bit.
Wait a minute,
Yeah.
Shh, Mike. Shh. Tell us more, Gina. Come on.
Kids are sleeping.
Tell us more. And then
telling
what?
you.
And then what happens?
Little dancing.
And then where do his hands go?
Why'd you have to make it weird?
I didn't make it weird. You're the one who does it.
Delight. It's not morning delight, Bill.
All right.
Thanks, Mike.
Mike, nice to hear from you.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye. Oh, Mike also suggested a good instrumental, Spanish Flea.
Let's see. Runar, the dragon-slaying bard potato farmer,
What?
checking in from Salt
right.
City. Hope you all roll a critical hit today. D20 crit.
Okay.
Cajun Jack checking in. Santo and Johnny's Sleepwalk is our wedding song.
Oh,
We even created a signature drink called the Sleepwalk. It has roofies in it.
roofie everyone at your wedding.
Sketchy Blake of Ogden checking in. Mixer driver Shane checking in from the Florida of Utah, Eagle Mountain. Quinn the barber checking in. Beautiful full moon this morning.
Yeah.
Herb Alpert was just in town last month.
He was?
You're kidding.
My dad went and said it was amazing. Richard, who's not a dick, checking in. Very satisfying farting around, I must say.
Oh, good.
Let's see. The Lonely Bull song was sampled by Trey Delinquentes, which I think you
The
used
Three
to,
Delinquents.
The Three Delinquents, which I think you used to play. I don't recall.
Maybe.
Retired Johnny checking in from South Salt Lake. Batchman Baby Cortez checking in. Troy of Riverton. Johnny B checking in, listening while having a great anticipation for Jimmy's spot, my favorite. Yes, Jimmy the wine guy will be here at 8 o'clock.
Is he back in town? Is he
I think so, yes.
Yeah, he is. I saw him Wednesday.
Lance of Vineyard checking in. I don't own an organ, nor do I own a home. But here's an organ in the church that I squat in. Does that count?
Sure.
Well, yeah, call us and play it.
Midvale's Rousedower checking in with some traffic for you. Your friendly neighborhood Lyft driver, Brittany, checking in. Make today the best you can and tip your driver. It helps keeps us going. Ella the nanny checking in. Useless government employee checking in. We made it to Friday. Mikkel of Reno checking in, feeling like I just walked off a long elevator ride with that farting around.
That is what that music is.
Santo and Johnny, just to go back to them for a second, Sleepwalk with Me. They were, or it's just called Sleepwalk. Santo and Johnny were inducted into the Steel Guitar Hall of Fame in 2002.
Dominic Bonacci from Clearfield checking in. Wanted to share a quote with you that I love. If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change the way you think about it.
Okay, that's nice.
Okay. Ron the Carpenter has an interpretive dance performance today.
So I'd like to see that.
All right. Let's see. Government employee Alex, still here. The Orange Man hasn't kicked me out yet.
It's day to day.
Chef Roy checking in. I wouldn't mind a mojito right about now. Let's see. Meshach of Erda. Yeah, it's less than a day into the weekend. We made it. Tired Man checking in.
You know, Tired Man.
I thought that was me.
Kyle the Concrete Guy checking in. Metal Shop Mark. One of our favorite records is Herb Alpert's Whipped Cream and Other Delights. Let's see. Good morning, crew. I'll listen as long as I get reception. Heading to Helper.
Heading to Helper.
Going up Spanish Fork Canyon.
Yeah. Tristan from the most west of Jordans. Happy Friday to those who celebrate. You know, with our app, you could listen all the way to Helper.
Sure.
You can.
So, download the app. Traffic, please, Gina.
Well, like you said, Carrie, Midvale's Rousedower checking in, a member of the Infinity team, as are all of you, says I-215 north to the 201 west. Looking good. Happy Friday, all. Yes, sent that in, and you can, too. Let us know what you're seeing. UDOT not reporting anything at the moment, but you can report at 33986. All tickets are on sale now, so claim your spot and start planning your perfect Park City night. Details at DeerValleyMusicFestival.org.
All right, we're going to take a break, play a song. The song is an On This Day, and it's on vinyl. Right after that song, it's Big Boy News. And then Frank Christ presents The Dead Celebrity Game. We'll tell you how to play What You'll Win coming up. Sean Means at 7 o'clock reviewing Superman. We got Best Question of the Week. Jimmy the Wine Guy is on the way. Beat Gina, all coming up. Stand by for all of that.
I have a morsel of murder, if we have a moment.
Yes, we do.
We didn't get it in the news. And
It wasn't? Oh,
No, I forgot.
well, hang on. There we go. I got it.
And now, a morsel of murder with Gina Barberi. Radio from Hell on X96.
an actor who appeared in episodes of Blue Bloods and Law and Order Special Victims Unit could spend the rest of his life in prison after being convicted of
murder.
That's it, yeah. After a 2-week trial, Isaiah Stokes, 45, was found guilty of second-degree murder and criminal possession of a weapon in connection with the shooting death of 37-year-old Tyrone Jones. Prosecutors say Stokes had sought revenge against Jones since October 2020, when the victim kicked him out of his birthday party during an altercation at the Queen's Club.
Well, what else you going to do? You kill him.
On January 29th, Stokes placed a GPS tracking device underneath Jones' vehicle and used it to track the victim down the following week. So this wasn't a crime of passion. This wasn't, get out of my party, oh yeah, I'm going to shoot you. This was planned out. Mm-hmm. On the afternoon of February 7th, Stokes got out of a parked SUV and walked around the area for about 15 minutes before pulling out a gun and firing 11 times at Jones' car.
Uh-huh.
Jones, who was waiting for a friend inside the car, suffered multiple gunshot wounds to the head and chest and was pronounced dead at the scene. Stokes then drove the car back to his apartment. Later that afternoon, returned it to a rental location. So he rented a car to carry this out. They caught him.
Yeah.
And he's going to prison.
But but that other guy, he's not going to kick any more people out of parties.
No.
That's for sure.
And then I have a little update. We don't know if this is a morsel of murder yet. This is the woman who was on spring break in the Dominican Republic and disappeared.
Disappeared on the beach.
Oh, yeah.
Last person to see missing University of Pittsburgh student Sudiska Kanaki claimed he saved her from the rough Caribbean waters before losing her in the darkness of the night. Minnesota College senior Joshua Reeby refused to answer several key questions as he described his final moments with Kanaki before she vanished. I was a lifesaver. I grabbed her and pulled her out, he said. So they're on camera. Clearly they're both drunk. She looks worse off than he does, kind of stumbling through the hotel.
So it could be.
It could be, but so what he said is they waded out into waist-deep water, and they were kissing.
Yeah.
All right.
Strong surf came, knocked him down.
Yeah.
He swallowed water. He dragged her up onto the beach. Now, he's saying that she stood up and walked away, and he was sick from swallowing the seawater. So he said, I turned around to throw up.
Yeah.
And when I was done, she was gone, and I assumed that she walked back to the hotel.
Yeah.
So he went back to the hotel and fell asleep in a chaise lounge, and then got up a little later and went to his room.
That all seems plausible.
And Sue says she just spoke with a girl who was in the Dominican Republic like 3 weeks ago and said the water is super rough. Locals say that the surf is strong. Never like this time of year. Hurricane season kind of thing.
But he refused to answer some questions.
Like what?
Like, who did you tell?
Ugh.
Like as soon as she was missing, who did you say, oh, I was with her? He wasn't forthcoming right away about that.
Well, as Ed says, always blame it on a shark.
Sure. So, I mean, it is possible that he was so drunk that he assumed she walked away and didn't. It's possible.
Yeah.
But you suspect.
Well, I don't know.
Gina, you always suspect murder. You always err on the side of murder.
Err on the side of murder.
I am willing to reserve judgment now.
Okay.
What?
I don't.
Where's the Gina Barberi I know and love?
I think it's plausible that they were both really drunk. What I wonder is why he didn't make sure she got back to the hotel.
Oh, see, there you are. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you do that?
There you go. There's the person. There's the person who doesn't give anybody the benefit of a doubt.
Why wouldn't you make sure she got back?
Yeah.
Murder, he says. How gruesome.
Gruesome. Well, yeah. I mean, if the weather is, making it so that Sue is like you with the whole murder thing. She's leaning towards accident.
It could be, and perhaps he just did not behave in a gentlemanly manner.
And then there's that.
I guess that's possible.
Yes.
What this tells me is never get drunk on the beach with somebody you barely know.
That is good advice for lots of reasons.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Murder.
And I've gotten off lucky several times.
It's murder, he says.
I mean, we don't know. Well, I love to jump to murder, but I'm also willing.
And you usually do.
I'm also willing to say, well, we'll have to see.
That'll be the title of your book.
Jumping to Murder?
Jumping to Murder. Jumping to Murder. All right. We will take a break. We will play a song. After that song, it's the Boner of the Week. Dave the Flower Guy is here. He's going to come in here and just tell us who Boner of the Week is. And then we will crawl towards the exits. On this day, in 1969, Bowie released the single Space Oddity 9 days before the Apollo 11 lands on the moon in 1969. All right, let's see. We've got Big Boy News and Opinion Window right now. Then right after that, it's Frank Christ Presents. They're fine. They're just fine. The Dead Celebrity Game. We'll give you a list of 4 celebrity names. 3 of those celebrities are just fine. One of them is dead. If you pick the dead one correctly, you're going to win
tickets to 80s Night Out with a Flock of Seagulls, Naked Eyes, Men Without Hats, July 25th at the Canyons.
All right. You get the 80s Live tickets. All you got to do is play Frank Christ. 877-602-9696. Line up when you feel the need. The sooner the better, of course. We'll play right after this. Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by...
Does your company have a process requiring ultra-pure water? Trust the certified master water specialists at Water Specialties, Inc. for ultra-pure water system design, installation, maintenance, or sanitation. Call the experts at Water Specialties, 801-281-4911, or go to waterspecialties.net.
Tragedy.
Oh.
He was one of a kind and original. He will be missed. He played a half-human, half-demon in the WB Supernatural series Charmed, and a Playboy plastic surgeon named Dr. Christian Troy in the FX series Nip Tuck. He was the son of a former Prime Minister of Australia, and he played the role of the Prime Minister on the Netflix show The Residents. His name is Julian McMahon. Julian McMahon, an actor who played the surgeon on Nip Tuck, and the evil scientist, Dr. Victor Von Doom, in 2 Fantastic Four movies. He died on Wednesday in Florida. He was only 56 years old.
He died Wednesday last week.
Wednesday.
Oh, really? Did you guys already have that?
Yeah, we did. That's okay. I'm sure there's people that didn't hear it.
Yeah, it popped up in the New York Times today for some reason. He was leading man, and he was... and I remember, I watched all of Nip Tuck, and I remember very little of it, actually.
Yeah, I don't remember much of it either, except he was just so damn handsome. That's all I remember.
Carrie, that little drop he plays Gina, that one?
Yeah.
That's from Nipped.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because one of the characters was named Gina.
I remember it being a very absorbing show. You know, it just kept you going with it. But now I remember almost nothing of it. It was sort of like candy in a way. More than half of Utah.
Here we go. This is a good one. Yeah.
Congratulations, Gina.
There you go.
That's him.
Yeah.
More than half of Utah is now in severe drought, but it's far from the only western state experiencing dry conditions as drought conditions worsen across the region. About 52% of the Beehive State is now in severe drought, while the rest remains in moderate drought. The U.S. Drought Monitor reported on Thursday. It comes as new federal data shows exactly how dry the first half of the year has been. Utah collected an average of 4.71 inches of precipitation throughout the first half of the year, which puts the 2025 calendar year on a pace to be the state's 17th driest since at least 1895, according to data from the National Centers for Environmental Information. So we're not doing well, and there's nothing in the forecast.
Nothing in this. I'm looking at the 10-day
But-
forecast. No rain.
No.
But
Clear skies.
I thought that we could control the weather and make floods.
We
why
need to
don't
pray.
why don't we do that?
We need to start praying harder.
Spencer Cox
and
needs to pray harder.
and fasting more often. Well, we all need to support that effort. The immigration agents in Utah are continuing to escalate their number of arrests, including for those who have not even been accused of a crime.
Then
The latest
why?
data was released by the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement and collated by the Department Deportation Data Project at the University of California, Berkeley. It shows 35.5% of arrestees in Utah were not convicted or charged with any kind of a crime. Current and former ICE agents say the spike is likely in response to a mandate from White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller
Ew, he's
in
evil.
May,
He's the worst.
setting a goal of at least 3,000 arrests per day.
Yep.
ICE agents arrested approximately 1,400 people in Utah from January of 2025 through June 10th of this year. This is up from approximately 630 arrests during the same period in 2024. Now, by the way, I don't have it right in front of me, but so they're arresting a lot of people, and they're putting them in detention. But deportations, they're not deporting.
No.
There are a lot of people. I mean, I think Biden had deported more people than the Trump people have done so far.
Yeah.
It's just so
Well,
bizarre.
there's money in private prisons.
Yeah.
You see.
A video posted to social media shows Utah residents being stopped by what appears to be federal law enforcement agents. The family who took the video told Fox News that they wanted to share it after those involved were questioned at a Taylorsville gas station about their Utah addresses, years of residency, and then later pulled over and asked for identification. The video was taken by Alex Bustamante after he left work. His sister, who wasn't at the scene when the video was taken, explained what occurred to voice what they believe is happening to other people. At what point do we stop? At what point do we say this is not okay? Asked attorney Mark Alvarez. Jesus Perez owns Prime Auto in West Valley. He said his son, who's an American citizen, has been stopped a couple of times by police and questioned about his status. And what's awful about this is because you don't look white, we're going to stop you and ask about your status, and you've got to prove that you're allowed to be here. And it's racist and it's mean.
There are plenty of Russian immigrants that are here illegally, but you don't hear them getting round up.
A new fire that sparked Thursday in the southeastern Utah town of LaSalle has grown to over 4,000 acres in just a few hours, forcing county officials to tell nearby residents, you better evacuate. It's called the Deer Creek Fire, estimated to be over 4,000 acres just after 9 p.m., located near Deer Creek Road, according to San Juan County, which first posted the warning. A LaSalle community employee said an alert was sent out and they told everybody located east of the fire, get out. It is believed that the fire is likely to push into the Colorado if it's not already doing that, according to officials. 10 structures were originally threatened, fire officials said, and Old LaSalle Road is also closed to all traffic until further notice, as well as State Route 46 south of the fire, which is closed in all directions. I don't think anybody has been hurt so far, and structures, I think have been mostly they've kept it away from structure. There are like barns and sheds and a bunch of stuff like that in the area. Please stay clear of restricted areas, they say. And then there's another fire in Arizona. Evacuations have been ordered for areas near Jacob Lake. A lot of you might know that place. It's in northern Arizona and the north part of the Grand Canyon.
There it is.
It's the White Sage Fire, and it's down by Fredonia along U.S. Highway 89A. The White Sage Fire is currently at 1,000 acres, no containment. The Coquino County Sheriff's Office issued a go evacuation order due to the rapid growth of the fire. The order includes all areas north of Jacob Lake and south to Forest Service Road 212. And so the world is on fire. That's what I take from this. And now crime reporter Gina Barberi, she can spot an incel from a mile away.
Amen.
So let's go to the crime desk right now for more on that.
The highly awaited trial for the alleged killer of the university, not alleged, he admitted to it, killer of the University of Idaho students was scheduled for August, but on Wednesday in a surprise move, he admitted it, pled guilty. So now the analysis starts happening. One Night in Idaho, The College Murders is a new documentary premiering on Prime Video on July 11th. Investigates Kohberger's life, his interactions with women, and his reported fascination with serial killer Elliot Rodger, who's since become a figure with the incel or involuntary celibates.
Are you familiar with Elliot Rodger?
I'm going to tell you about him.
Okay.
Two former students who studied criminology with Kohberger at DeSalle University in Pennsylvania described him as a loner who didn't have many friends. While at DeSalle, Kohberger took a class about serial killers and their motives, including that of Rodger, a 22-year-old virgin who fatally stabbed and shot 6 people and injured 14 more in the Isla Vista, California, before killing himself in May of 2014. He had posted a video online about his plan to kill as revenge for being rejected by women. Here's what he said in the video. I'm 22 years old. I'm still a virgin. I've never even kissed a girl. I don't know why you girls aren't attracted to me, but I will punish you all for it. It's an injustice, a crime, because I don't know what you don't see in me. I'm the perfect guy, yet you throw yourselves at obnoxious men instead of me. I'm the supreme gentleman, and I will punish you all for it. Now, I want you to remember his name is the last name is Rodger, okay?
Okay.
He said he planned to enter the hottest sorority house and slaughter every spoiled, stuck-up blonde I see inside there. So this is a class Brian Kohberger took, and he's learning about this specific guy. After the killings in Idaho, there is a Facebook page about the murders that people were posting on.
About the Idaho murders.
Yes. And somebody with the Facebook username Papa Rodger began leaving disturbing messages in the discussion group. Things like, did the killer stop at 4 victims out of exhaustion, convenience, or lack of knowledge? Did the killer shower at the crime scene afterward? Mentioning things about the knife that was used, the sheath left behind. After Brian Kohberger was arrested, Papa Rodger stopped posting on the Facebook page.
Wait a minute. That means that Papa Rodger might be Kohberger.
He might be.
Wow.
Might be. But this has been my theory all along, is that he's an incel. The beautiful sorority girls that are out of his reach, and it's kind of revenge.
I'm the ultimate gentleman, and I'm going to prove it by killing you.
Yeah.
I don't understand why women don't like me.
Exactly.
Because you're a dick.
Going back to Elliot Rodger, he became self-conscious about his short height. So I'm a short guy. I've never killed anybody. I don't get it.
All right.
I don't get it. All right, how much time do we have here?
One more story, please.
All right, let's do this one for you, Gina. The U.S. Department of Agriculture has once again closed its southern border to livestock imports, not people, after a dangerous flesh-eating parasite was found further north in Mexico than previously reported. This flesh-eating parasite is known as the New World screwworm fly.
Ooh, that sounds bad.
It lays eggs in wounds on warm-blooded animals. Its larvae feed on the live flesh, posing a serious threat to cattle, horses, and other livestock. Although I guess
Could get into a person if
I
you
would
have a
think.
wound.
American officials fear the parasite could reach Texas, potentially reviving a problem that caused devastating agriculture losses before being eradicated in the U.S. decades ago. Thanks to aggressive monitoring by the USDA in the United States and in Mexico, we have been able to take quick and decisive action to respond to the spread of this deadly pest. The way they combat it is but this will take a little time to get it together again. What they did before, they release sterile screwworms. Just release them, and the screwworms will mate with the sterile ones,
And then they don't have babies.
And then there's no babies, and then they eventually just screw themselves out of existence. So,
All right.
there you go. All right, that's it.
Sports, weather, traffic.
Well, I was looking to see what was going on at Wimbledon, and the very first thing that comes up when I Googled Wimbledon was this. Can you wear jeans to Wimbledon?
No.
Here's the answer. While Wimbledon has no official dress code for spectators, smart casual attire is generally recommended, especially for the show courts. Jeans are allowed, but they should not be ripped or overly distressed. Opting for a darker wash and a more fitted silhouette is a good idea and a smart look. That's sports. Weather, hot and no rain, and hot and no rain. And
Who's winning at Wimbledon?
No, I don't know. 90 for a high today. Overnight low 66. So today will be the coolest of the next 7. I'm looking ahead. We get up back around 100, it looks like. Traffic, friend of the program says crash I-15 right before 45th South northbound. I almost went into the back of someone's car. Be careful. Leave some space between you and the cars in front of you for just that reason. Whatever else you're seeing, you can text us. UDOT's not reporting anything, but you can. 33986.
He's here. He's here.
Hi, Frank.
Oh, hello, everyone.
Oh, Mr. Christ.
Do you go to Wimbledon, Frank? There's a lot of celebrities there that go to watch the tennis.
Oh, I always hover.
Yeah.
But they're young and fit mostly.
Usually, yes.
Frank Christ is here. He is a Grim Reaper, and he is cursed with reaping the souls of celebrities.
Yes, it is a curse.
I know you hate to do it.
I don't like to do it because everything celebrities say and do is right, except for Dean Cain.
You love celebrities.
I do.
But you have to do it. You're compelled to do it. What would happen if you refused?
I don't know. I've never thought.
Oh, I don't think you want to.
You just can't refuse.
I don't think I can.
Frank, when a celebrity dies, and Frank is as you would imagine a reaper to be, he's a skeleton. He's mostly covered up, though, by the robe and the hood. He carries a scythe. He's sort of updated himself, though, in that he goes and collects celebrity souls in an electric scooter with a sidecar. You love the environment.
Well, I love the environment, and I don't like horses.
So when a celebrity dies, Frank goes to the scene and puts the essence of that celebrity, the soul, if you will, into his sidecar, and off he whisks to the distribution center, right? Is there a big sign that says distribution?
Oh, no, there's no signage.
No signage?
No.
You just you know where it is.
Strictly business.
So you dump them off there? You have to sign them in or anything?
No, I just pull up to the front and
say, get out?
No, of course I help them out.
Oh, I see.
The sidecar, but then they're met by attendants and taken in.
In your sidecar, do you have a little bottle of water for them?
Usually,
and a
yes.
blanket to cover up
Yes.
their... Yeah.
I have my label there. It says,
It's
got my face on it.
Frank joins us to play the game we call Frank Chris Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
It's a macabre game. It's the dead celebrity game, wherein a contestant tries to determine which celebrity is dead on this list of 4 people that Frank has given me. Do we have somebody to play?
Paul is here.
Paul, did you say?
Paul,
good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm just fine.
That's good to know, Paul. Now, Paul, if you can identify the dead celebrity on this list of 4, you will win a fine prize, which is?
Tickets to 80s Night Out with a Flock of Seagulls, Naked Eyes, Men Without Hats, July 25th at Canyons Village at Park City Mountain, part of Park City's Concerts on the Slopes.
All right, Paul, ready or not, here we go. Identify the dead celebrity on this list. Because it's National Motorcycle Day, Frank gave me a list of actors in movies involving motorcycles. 3 of the people on this list are, as Frank says,
just fine.
But one of them is dead. Determine the dead one and you'll win the prize. Number 1, Toni Basil. She was mainly a singer, choreographer, and dancer and director. She had a hit song, Mickey, You're So Fine. She choreographed and directed videos for Talking Heads and David Bowie. Toni Basil played Mary in the classic biker movie Easy Rider. Number 1, Toni Basil. Number 2, Damon Harriman. He was Dewey Crow on Justified and Romeo on the Starz Dramas miniseries Flesh and Bone. He also brilliantly played Charles Manson in 2 different movies. He was in The Bike Riders, about a biker gang in the Midwest. Number 2 is Damon Harriman. Number 3 is Richard Dysart. He was the senior partner on the TV show L.A. Law. Some of his movies were The Hospital, Being There, The Thing, Mask, Pale Rider, and Wall Street. He also won awards for his work on the stage. Mr. Dysart was in Mask, about a young man who has a facial deformity but finds joy in the world of motorcycles. Number 3 is Richard Dysart. And finally on the list, Mimsy Farmer. Her early movies included Spencer's Mountain and Bus Riley's Back in Town. She had a strong career in Europe in movies like Dario Argento's 4 Flies on Grey Velvet, The Perfume of the Lady in Black, Autopsy, and Lucio Fulci's The Black Cat. She was in the biker gang movie Devil's Angels. Number 4, Mimsy Farmer. There you go, 4 actors, one of them dead. Which one is it, Paul?
I'm going with number 2.
Damon Harriman?
No, he's fine.
He's fine. Dewey Crow is great. Damon is fine. He's only 55 and still working strong. We give you another chance, though. Unlike the specter of death, you get a second chance here. Listen carefully. Is it Toni Basil? Is it Mimsy Farmer? Or is it Richard Dysart?
Let's go with Richard Dysart.
Correct. He died in 2015 at the age of 86. Richard Dysart. All right, congratulations, Paul. You got it on the second try, and you get the prize anyway. Say thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, and I'm going to avoid Wimbledon.
Okay, good.
Okay, good.
You can't wear jeans there.
Yeah, good idea.
Hang on the line.
Hang on, Paul.
You notice that he said Wimbledon.
Wimbledon.
Yeah.
There's a T in there.
You've been mispronouncing it all this time, haven't you? Well, I've got to go check on Giorgio Armani.
He looks skeletal. I saw a picture of him this morning. He looks like you, Frank, actually.
Well, I'm going to borrow some of his clothes. No one will ever know. 91 today.
Well.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh, goodbye.
Goodbye. Your scooter. You need a new scooter.
Crash northbound I-15 45th south off to the right shoulder. Crash northbound I-15 102nd south, milepost 294. This one is on the left shoulder. And whatever you're seeing on the roads, you can text us and let us know, 33986. Join Bill Allred live at Ivory Homes in Craneville Estates, 2277 North, 3600 West in Clinton.
That's up in Clinton.
Saturday from 11 to 1. Stop by for a chance to win a pair of tickets to see Goldfinger September 12th at the complex.
We might have cookies.
Okay.
I'm not promising, but we might.
KXRK Provo will take a short break. We'll be back after this. Sean Bean's reviewing movies that are opening, including Superman. You have a list?
A list? Okay.
It's Radio from Hell with another list, because people love a good list. X96.
This is old-fashioned manners that society has abandoned. And on this list, which is what made me think about it, removing your hat when you're indoors.
Yeah.
Now, Kerry makes a big show of putting on his hat every morning at the beginning of the show. But customarily, etiquette guides us to remove our hats upon entering indoor spaces. Yeah. People don't do that.
And don't throw your hat on the bed. It's bad luck.
Well,
that's not etiquette. That's just common sense.
That's cowboy lore. You're supposed to not put the hat right side up. You can put the hat upside down on a bed, but not right side up.
Oh, okay.
Is the thing.
All right.
For some reason. Hand kissing.
Charmed.
Dating back to the 17th and 18th centuries, the ritual of hand kissing. You still do a hand kiss?
Not so much anymore since COVID, but I have been known to be a hand kisser.
Bill Allred, known hand kisser.
Yeah.
Addressing letters, dear sir or madam.
Well, it's better than hey you.
Hey.
Listen up, jerk.
There was a time you would only send professional emails during business hours. Do you remember this?
No,
Yes.
I don't remember that.
There was a time where that was etiquette is one
Yes.
I can't.
It was
send.
very brief.
Or on a Saturday
Yeah.
or on a.
It was very brief.
I missed that. Sending thank you cards.
Yeah.
People don't do that anymore.
That's something everyone should be better at.
Yeah.
But
And here's my favorite: women remaining seated when being introduced. So
Please don't get up.
no.
No, don't get up. No, you don't. Please.
Toasting with alcoholic beverages. Haven't you been somewhere when somebody's offering
Yeah.
a toast and you're like, oh, you can't toast with water? That's bad luck.
yeah.
But
Well,
I have never
I
heard
don't-
anybody say that.
I don't refer to it as bad luck. I refer to it as a waste of time.
Yeah.
the conventional norm gradually waned as time progressed, allowing space for a broader array of inclusive toasting alternatives, like sparkling cider or non-alcoholic.
Back to your email thing.
Yes.
Apparently, that email business hours thing, that is apparently law in France.
I like that law.
Yeah.
And it's email, not just mail.
Yeah.
It's
And
email.
between their their medicine, their hospitalization and everything, and that reason enough to move there.
And they have young gay prime minister.
and the food.
I'm going to start doing that. Just make sure I don't send any business email outside of 9 to 5.
It's funny, I don't. I don't think I do.
I
anyway.
probably do.
Not business email.
Or if
I
you
don't-
receive one, do you do this where you go, yeah, I read that, but I'm not going to do anything about it
I do that
until
all
Monday.
Yes, I do that all the time.
I think I'm not even going to open them.
You send me something Friday after 5 p.m. business wise. I'm not going to touch it.
Don't even open it. Yeah, don't open it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other things on
That's
there?
it.
That's good.
We hope you'd enjoyed another list with Radio from Hell on X96.
X96.
Sounds like one of them KSL podcasts, doesn't it?
Holly in Cottonwood says, help's on the way to Cottonwood.
Cottonwood?
Something.
Cottonwood. What's going on?
I don't know.
What do
Ask
they need?
Holly in Cottonwood.
All right. Is this sponsored?
Tired of paying too much for concerts? Experience great live music and enjoy adult beverages without paying stupid prices at the coolest venues in town. Check out Big Head Todd and the Monsters with Bill Murray and his Blood Brothers August 24th at Deer Valley. Get tickets at thestateroompresents.com.
Well, it's time once again for movie reviews from Sean Means. He is a editor and reporter at the Salt Lake Tribune. You can see his work there at sltrib.com. And Sean reviews movies, and all of those are posted at moviecricket.net. Good morning, Mr. Means.
Good morning.
Where are we starting?
Well, before we get to Superman, we got a couple we'll talk about first. Start with Abraham's Boys. This is a horror thriller, sort of. It starts as a horror thriller, and it's more just a drama. Okay. Abraham here is Abraham Van Helsing.
Oh,
well.
I've heard that
I
name.
know who
Yes,
that
the
is.
legendary killer of vampires.
Yeah.
It's 1815, and we're in an isolated part of rural California, and it's 18 years after Van Helsing finally killed Dracula.
18 years?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Being very specific here.
It's been a while. They've moved to California to get away from the demons in Europe because
They're all over. They're
Yeah,
very
yeah.
lousy in Europe, yeah.
and try to stay rural, stay off the grid, very safe.
Euro trash demons.
He's got two sons. One's a teen, one's about 12, and his wife is Mina.
I know who that
Oh,
is.
Mina
Mina.
Harker.
Yeah.
The name familiar to Dracula fans. She's the woman that Dracula was trying to lure to the dark side.
Yes.
And she's sickly. She hears voices, and she fears that the demons they left behind in Europe have caught up to them.
Ugh.
The question is, well, have they? And is there something outside trying to get in, or as one of the boys says, is something already in the house?
I'll watch this movie.
That's creepy.
So it starts as a vampire thriller. It turns into something darker. It turns into this drama about family loyalty and how far that will go, and whether they will trust what Abraham Van Helsing has going on.
All right.
It's based on a short story by Joe Hill.
Oh, okay.
That's
Who? What?
Stephen King's
Stephen
kid.
King's kid. Yep.
Oh.
High creep factor, and as we start to figure out who the real monster is, coolest thing here is that Van Helsing is played by Titus Welliver. Great character actor. Starred in the show Bosch.
Yeah.
If you've seen that show,
He really is good.
ton of other stuff. He's one of those guys you look at him and go, "Oh yeah, that guy." He brings this great menace to Van Helsing. He's very stern when the boys are starting to question his methods. 3 stars for Abraham's Boys.
all right.
Okay.
I'll
And
watch
playing.
that.
It's playing around at a few theaters.
All right. Kill the Jockey.
Kill the Jockey. This is a sort of a strange comedy drama from Argentina. We have a jockey named Remo who's super talented, and the rich, slightly mob influenced guy who owns the best horse wants him to ride that horse, but Remo's also self-destructive and needs to be sort of contained. He has a rival for the top spot among the jockeys, Abril, who also happens to be the woman Remo's currently sleeping with. It's not a well-functioning relationship, because Abril wants to compete with Remo for the right to ride the new horse.
Yeah.
This is a very weird, funny, sexy, heartfelt movie. I compare it to sort of mashing up Wes Anderson and Pedro Almodovar.
Oh, okay.
With a little David Lynch thrown in. There are moments when you would call magical realism, where strange things happen and people just sort of nod and move on. It's pretty cool. It's very
All
odd.
right.
It's at the Broadway, of course. Kill the Jockey, 3 stars.
3 stars for Kill the Jockey. All right.
All right.
Superman.
So we know all the behind the scenes stuff. We know that James Gunn got hired to take over DC Comics and start over from scratch with the DC franchise.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the first of that. And it's Superman. We know Superman.
Sure. Backwards and forwards.
Backwards and forwards. The Christopher Reeve movie was on TV last night.
Oh.
Here's the thing we know. We know James Gunn can make a good, fun, exciting comic book movie.
Yes.
He did 3 Guardians of the Galaxies. He did the Suicide Squad. He does these things. And he does it without the brooding darkness and the, all the whatever. And of the director who shall not be named. We gotta.
Do you mean Zack Snyder?
I don't know who you're talking about. But we got a guy in a blue suit and a cape flying around Metropolis. That's supposed to be fun, and let's have fun with that. He also doesn't. He doesn't all do the preliminaries. We don't need the origin story.
No,
we know the origin story.
Yeah,
we know what Marlon Brando looks like.
Yeah,
we know all that stuff. No scenes of Jor-El sending baby Kal-El into the void as Krypton is being exploded. We know that stuff. When we first see Superman in this movie, he's just gotten his butt kicked by another metahuman. That's the phrase that DC uses for anything superhero-y. And he lands near his private lair. We don't hear the name Fortress of Solitude, but
it's not called that. Yeah.
We don't know.
We know. We know what it is.
And it's the extended scene that we saw in the trailers where he lands and he whistles for his dog Crypto, and Crypto comes and brings him back and he gets healed and saves. Right. And he never. Here's something very interesting with this movie. He's never at full strength.
No.
In this movie.
Really?
He's
always kind of recuperating.
He's still recuperating from getting whatever happened in the last thing in the movie. So, and it is. So he has to fight against what he finds out the real enemy is, which is the petty billionaire Lex Luthor.
Okay.
And a billionaire bent on taking over the world and manipulating media and starting disinformation. Boy, these fiction writers do great.
Yeah.
I don't believe that kind of stuff.
No. So okay. David Cornsweet is the actor playing Superman. I think he's the best one since Reeve.
Really?
I think he is. I think he gets it. He nails it he understands the role. He understands the character, and the duality of it, because it's playing Superman. Half of it is the suit, Playing Clark Kent is the other half of it.
That's the hard part.
And that is the hard part, because you have to. And Reeve,
he was really good at
was so brilliant at the transition between Superman and Clark Kent. playing the goofy sort of bumbling,
mild-mannered
mild-mannered reporter for a great metropolitan newspaper.
Does he work for the Daily Planet?
The Daily Planet is here, and of course, which puts him with
who's Perry White?
Lois Lane. Wendell Pierce is Perry White.
Oh, I know who that is.
Yeah, great actor. Don't get a lot of him, but I think you'll get more later. Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane,
which I think she's cast great for.
Right. We also established because
he's got spunk.
Because we are well into it, we have skipped over all the stuff where she has to figure out who Superman is.
She knows.
Oh,
okay. She knows.
We start the movie.
Knows.
They're dating. They're they've been dating for a few months and stuff, which is good because the thing I've always hated about Superman movies is the idea that Lois Lane could not figure out who Superman was.
Mm-hmm. Well, but nobody could figure it out.
She is the best reporter at the Daily Planet. Mm-hmm. If she can't figure it out, come on.
Exactly.
Let's be real. So that great relationship there, great chemistry between the two of them.
Is there a Jimmy Olsen?
Jimmy Olsen, played by Skylar Gisondo, who you would recognize from like Booksmart and such.
He looks like he stepped right out of the comic book.
Yeah, that's the one. Okay, his plot thread is, which involves Miss Teschmacher, is the one part of the movie I didn't really like. But it's a minor thing. It's a trifle.
Does he get kidnapped and Superman has to rescue him?
Don't get ahead of yourself here.
Well, I mean, they do. That's what
it's what happened all the time.
Yeah.
No.
It's more complicated.
It gets more complicated than that. Yeah. And then we also, because we are setting up for future, we do have other superheroes.
They exist.
They pop in. We have Green Lantern. We have a guy named Mr. Terrific. We have Hawk Girl. We get a little bit of them, not too much.
You get just enough of them.
Right. What I really like about this is that it shows that he's a great superhero, but a flawed human. He gets mad, he screws up, and there's a lot about how the fact that he is an alien, he is an immigrant, and how Lex Luthor tries to play on that to get the people against him because
he's not of this world.
He's not from here. What did he come here to do?
Exactly.
What is his goal? And
which is also not new to Superman stories,
right?
They've done it many times.
And that's the thing. Anybody wants to say, "Oh, they've made Superman woke. They've made him political." Yep. Superman's always been political. Superman fought the Klan once.
Yeah, he's been woke since 1938.
Yes,
so.
Exactly. Ever since Siegel and Schuster, two sons of Jewish immigrants.
Yes.
About creating a hero who could beat up all the bad guys that had been tormenting them all their life. Superman has always been a political figure.
Yes.
And usually and always on the right side.
Yeah.
So, and this movie honors that.
Now, we're talking about it in sort of philosophical and lofty terms here. Is it just fun and it moves along and there's a lot of action?
That's the thing. It's not all dark and brooding like a lot of DC movies we've had to deal with in the last few years. Yeah. It doesn't feel like you have to do a ton of homework, which is what every Marvel movie feels like now. It's just good, rousing fun. The reason we can talk about the politics and all of it is because Superman is it's been 87 years we've had this character, and you go into a Superman movie the same way you might go into a Sherlock Holmes movie or a Jesus movie. Yeah, it's like we know the basics.
You know the backstory.
Let's see how we're going to put it together this time. This
Superman,
one does it really well.
Superman is the one superhero that I sort of know a lot about because he's just been in my life forever.
Because he is the superhero. He is the first. He is the model on which everything else has been based. And this movie really gets it right. So 3.5.
Oh, okay.
For Superman, and it's playing everywhere. You can't avoid it.
Yes, go see it. All right, there you go.
Thank you,
3.5
Sean.
Superman. Thank you, Sean. What do we got next week?
Next week, I Know What You Did Last Summer.
What?
Yes, a reboot.
It is a reboot.
It's not a re-release.
Well, it does have. If you see the trailers, you know that Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze do show up.
I was wondering if it was a continuation or a reboot.
It's some continuation, and also Eddington, which is a very interesting looking drama with Joaquin Phoenix and Pedro Pascal from the guy who made Midsommar. Ooh. So yeah, and the Smurfs movie. Another Smurfs movie.
Lucky you.
Yeah. All right, Sean. Thank you very much. sltrib.com. Look for Sean Means there, or go to moviecricket.net, or do both.
Thank you. Traffic, Gina, please.
Crash northbound I-15 approaching 90th South and Sandy. Just cleared. Highway Patrol did a slowdown of all traffic so the crashed vehicles could be moved off the freeway. So that caused some slowing, but things are clearing up. Also have that crash northbound I-15 45th South in Salt Lake off to the right shoulder. And whatever you're seeing, you can text us 33986. Business owners, do you owe $15,000 or more on employment taxes and don't know what to do? McClure and Stewart, your local trusted tax attorneys. Go to McClureandStewart.com today.
All right, we got boner candidates to vote for. Here you are. Here are the ones you are going to vote for. Number one, you shouldn't have to call Matt Gephardt for a thing like this. You shouldn't have to, really.
Yeah.
Boner candidate number two, I'm asking for this divorce on biblical grounds. And boner candidate number three, making America great again by appointing the alpha male, a man with riz.
Yes. All right, boner of the day, big boy news, all coming up after these messages and a song. Stand by.
Coming up on Friday.
Well, it is the big time. It's time for Beat Gina. I'm Beat Gina announcer and canned meat lover, Johnny Ola.
Well,
the makers of Swift's Premium Ham invite you to taste Prem.
Huh?
You'll hear the kids, I'll make the sandwiches, Mother, with Prem. You see, Prem sandwiches are child's play to fix, and they're filling and wholesome for your youngsters. All genuine sugar-cured pork, seasoned as only Swift's chefs know how. Prem hits the spot with growing appetites. Your dealer has Prem ready to eat in a handy tin. And hostesses, take warning. Your guests are sure to go for Prem in a big way. So be all set to meet demands for seconds. For a quick main dish, Prem with a salad of pineapple chunks and strawberries. Just chill, slice, and serve. Hot Prem is grand, too. You can broil it, fry it, bake it in the loaf. Try the new Swift's Tempter right now. It has the extra goodness you expect from Swift Prem. And now, here's Spam Lover.
yes.
Armor Stars Spam. Gary Jackson.
How do you spell prim? Right?
Prem.
Prem.
P-R-E-M.
That may have been part of the problem.
It was a competitor. I mean, it's still a competitor to Spam.
Of course it is. All right, the randomizer has picked a contestant. Gina, you'll be playing against Zach today.
Hi, Zach.
Hi, Zach.
Hey.
All right, Zach, we're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you an advantage in the game. Heads or tails, please?
Tails never fails.
All right, here we go.
Actual coin toss.
Up heads. Gina Barberi wins.
I needed a leg up on this one because apparently I'm going to do terrible at
You
this
are.
beat, Gina.
First question is for Gina. Multiple choice. If she gets it correct, she gets the point, Zach. If not, I will let you answer the same question. If you answer it correctly, you will steal the point away. We'll go back and forth till one of you gets 3 points. The subject is, because it's Edward James Olmos' birthday, Battlestar Galactica.
Okay.
Not the one that you know.
There are no Richard Hatch questions or...
I thought it would be stand and deliver.
All right. So here we go. First question for Gina. Gina.
Mm-hmm.
The number 1701, as seen on an airlock door,
Okay.
is an homage to what?
Oh, okay.
Is it 1, the number of times that Carrie has seen Jaws? 2, Star Trek? 3, the year the War of the Spanish Succession happened? Or 4, Star Wars?
You want to know how I know this? Because it's on Carrie's Mini.
Yes.
Star Wars.
Did you say Star Wars?
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Thank you, Johnny.
You get a chance to
You get a
steal
chance to
there
How did I do that?
by not
Is
thinking
it Star
carefully.
Trek?
Star Trek.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
You tricked
It's-
me.
Well, I didn't trick you.
You kind of tricked me.
No, I had Star Trek and Star Wars in there.
All right, Zach, you've got the point
Thought I
and the
had
question.
All right, let's see. What phrase, Zach, was ad-libbed by Edward James Olmos and used as a ceremonial affirmation? Was it 1, death to the Cylons? Was it 2, don't you know who I am? Is it 3, so say we all? Or 4, spoon.
So say we all.
So say we all.
There we go, Zach. It's 2-0.
Gina.
And now we go back to the fumbling Gina Barberi.
The fumbling Gina Barberi. Gina.
What?
When Laura Roslin goes to the doctor and finds out that she has cancer.
Okay.
This is in the first episode.
Oh, no.
Which other sci-fi show ship can be seen landing behind her?
Okay.
Is it 1, the Nimbus, flagship of the Dupe fleet, captained by 25-star General Zap Brannigan,
Okay.
Futurama? Is it 1, an Eagle 1 transporter from Space 1999? Is it 3, the Jetsons' flying car? Or 4, the Firefly ship from Joss Whedon's series Firefly?
I don't know. 4.
Firefly?
Yeah.
Correct, yes.
Oh, Gina, you got a point.
Total
you.
guess.
It's
Total
2
guess.
for Zach, 1 for Gina. And Zach, you control the question.
Zach, who is the only actor to appear both in this series and Battlestar Galactica from 1978? Is it 1, Calculon as Cylon number 7? Is it 2, Richard Hatch? Is it 3, Jane Seymour? Or is it 4, Evie the Chimp?
3, James Seymour.
Jane Seymour is not.
Not
She
correct.
died in the first one. Well,
Gina.
it would be Richard Hatch then.
Richard Hatch, yes.
You've tied the game, Gina. And I believe it's Gina's question.
Gina.
Yeah.
Or a come from behind win.
You don't know.
It's possible. I'm not saying you won't.
The term skin job
Okay.
is used to describe what? Is it 1, any of the humanoid Cylon models? Is it 2? Oh, come on, I think you can guess.
Yeah,
I'm not going to
mean,
say it
no,
out
I'm
loud.
glad you didn't.
Is it 3, an esthetician? Or 4, changing the color of Apollo's Viper from white to silver?
1.
Yes.
Yes, and Gina
See?
comes from behind and wins the game.
There weren't even any questions about, male versus female Starbuck like I thought there would.
Oh, we're going to get there. I have leftovers. You'll probably get to them while I'm gone.
I'm sorry, Zach. You've lost the game and face.
No, but Zach, no, it's okay. I feel like a winner now, and you should too. So, Bill Burr tickets for you Saturday, February 24th at the Delta Center.
All right, hang on the line,
you.
Zach, and we'll get those for you.
I just realized that Prem is MERP if you spell it backwards.
That doesn't help.
I've got to go have some breakfast with Prem.
Because on this day,
in 1959, Suzanne Vega was born.
Oh, nice.
Who did she do that with?
DNA.
DNA, that's right.
7:25 right now. Time for Boner of the Day. 3 news stories. These will be examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior, and you will decide with your vote. Of these 3 candidates, which one is the worst? Which one deserves to be Boner of the Day for today, July 11, 2025? 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, you'll vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive...
Can't buy it, gotta win it. Radio from Hell boner t-shirt.
Boner candidate number 1. You know, you shouldn't have to call Matt Gephardt for something like this. A simple mistake with a decimal point cost a Salt Lake City man more than $2,000. And getting that money back turned into a months-long ordeal. Robert Bowden was paying a $20.46 medical bill online when something went wrong. Either I slipped or somebody slipped, Mr. Bowden said. Instead of $20.46, $20.46, a whopping $2,046 was withdrawn from his bank account.
Whoops.
Recognizing the error immediately, Mr. Bowden contacted the hospital's billing department. He said a representative acknowledged the mistake and promised the money would be refunded within 10 to 30 days. That should have done it right there.
Yeah.
And even the 10 to 30 days is BS.
Should have been
the
next
by
day.
tomorrow. So tomorrow, or very least 48 hours, you'll get the money. But 30 days came and went, then another 30 days, and then another 30 days. This has been going on every month for 6 months, Bowden said. I just don't seem to be able to get the money back for some reason. So he called Matt Gephardt. And Matt, God love him. It shouldn't have to be this way.
It shouldn't take that you get the TV involved
exactly.
and then they pay attention.
Gephardt contacted Intermountain Health directly, not through customer service, but through its public relations team, and said, hey, this is what's happened to this guy, and of course, because Matt Gephardt and TV, and they go, oh, geez, okay, yeah, and it's solved right there.
Yeah,
solved right
Shouldn't
there.
have to be.
And that's just bull crap. And I'm not trying to put Matt out of a job. I like Matt, and he does a good job. He performs a valuable service.
The point of this is that they should have just taken care of it.
Yes.
And you shouldn't have to call Matt Gephardt for a thing like this. Boner candidate number 1. Here's boner candidate number 2. I'm asking for this divorce on biblical grounds. State Senator Angela Paxton of Texas is the wife, for the time being, of the state attorney general, Ken Paxton. She announced on Thursday that she had filed for divorce, saying she made her decision on biblical grounds and in the light of recent discoveries.
In the light of recent discoveries.
Recent discoveries.
Yes.
The divorce petition filed by Ms. Paxton in Collin County on Thursday lists among the grounds for divorce that the respondent has committed adultery and that the couple has not lived together as spouses since June of 2024. Mr. Paxton, in a parallel announcement on social media, said the couple had decided to start a new chapter in our lives and suggested that the pressures of public life and countless political attacks had precipitated the rupture. So he's blaming the pressures of the job and people always attacking him for his views.
Can we be honest about this?
I ask for your prayers and privacy at this time. The announcement of the divorce filing could roil Texas politics, where the couple has been a fixture for years and where Mr. Paxton's primary challenge to United States Senator John Cornyn has already caused significant rifts ahead of the 2026 midterm. Paxton has had a checkered career.
Yes.
Mr. Paxton has always courted the hard right of the Republican Party, and he has sought to align himself firmly with Donald Trump. But Paxton has been he barely escaped with his skin. There was a big investigation, a federal investigation into corruption and abuse of office in his office in 2023.
Well, the corruption was about, so there's a real estate investor who he was giving favorable treatment for in the Senate. And in exchange for that, the real estate investor hired his girlfriend. He's married, remember?
Yeah.
Hired his girlfriend.
Paxton's girlfriend.
Gave her a job,
Yeah.
gave her a place to live, gave them a place to have their trysts. For that, he was giving this real estate investor favors. All of this has been going on for years.
Paxton was acquitted in that trial. He faced impeachment in the Texas legislature. Again, he's the attorney general, and they didn't impeach him.
So all of this stuff, his wife leaves him. He still finds a way to blame the Democrats.
Oh, sure. Yeah, it's the
Democrats.
They're always attacking me.
They're
That's why
always
this
attacking
happens.
me.
What state Republican official campaign latched on to Ms. Paxton's statement quickly? Now, here's what the state Republican official campaign says. What Ken Paxton has put his family through is truly repulsive and disgusting. She's a spokeswoman for the National Republican Senatorial Committee. It's disgusting. Nobody should have to endure what Angela Paxton has.
So he's running for Senate.
Yeah.
I
And
believe,
he's leading.
I believe Jasmine Crockett is also running for
Ooh.
that seat.
I
The
love
other
her.
interesting thing is, so that all that affair stuff and impeachment stuff happened like a year and a half, 2 years ago. Why now, when he's running for Senate? Why now is she saying,
in light of
I want a
recent
divorce?
events? Yeah.
Is there another
I think there's some
affair?
yeah.
Is there another?
No,
Is he
I
on
think
the Epstein list? Or?
Yeah. No, I think there's a.
Who knows?
I think he's been having an affair with somebody else.
The Democrats' fault.
Boner candidate number 2. I'm asking for this divorce on biblical grounds. Coming up in a minute, boner candidate number 3, making America great again by appointing the alpha male, a man with riz.
All right, boner candidate number 3 coming up after this. Big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by
Waterproof your home with Base Coat because water can make its way through your foundation in many different ways. Base Coat specializes in a variety of permanent foundation waterproofing solutions tailored to your unique issue. From sump pumps all the way to major repairs, crack settling foundations, each solution backed by a guarantee. Schedule a free assessment today at baseco.net.
Well, I watched the season finale of Murderbot last night on Apple TV. If you haven't watched Murderbot, you should. It's very good, and it'll convince you that Alexander Skarsgård is a really good actor.
I mean, I knew that. But...
Well, he's in this. He's subtle. He's very subtle and very effective. And the news is now that it has definitely been renewed for a season 2.
Apparently, there's a bunch of those books.
Yeah, so this article says you should read the books. Yeah. They're great. I get are they called Murderbot? I think.
I think so. Yeah.
Anyway, it's on Apple TV. It's being renewed, and that's really good news. And it says here in this article, looks like Apple TV is committed to becoming a good home for solid sci-fi. They're going to do season 3 soon of Foundation, which is really good. I enjoy that a lot. They're going to do William Gibson's Neuromancer. So doesn't say when Murderbot will be back, but it will be back. Texas this week. Texas estimates the number of people still missing from the Hill County floods at 161. That is a daunting figure when they know for sure that 120 people are dead, confirmed. That missing tally might not be as precise as it seems. Confusion and uncertainty can take hold after a shocking disaster like this flash flood. But despite efforts by local authorities, it can be difficult to pin down how many people reported missing are actually unaccounted for. Some people on a list after California's Camp Fire in 2018 were later found to be okay the whole time. The death count in the 2023 Maui fire was 102. They initially thought over 1,000 had died. So then it turned out it was 102 people. So, I mean, I just really hope it doesn't go, 161 on top of 120. But several hundred people had been reported missing in Kerr County. There are thousands, about 2,000 volunteers there now, trying to search through the rubble to see if they can locate anyone. The Ford Motor Company is recalling more than 850,000 vehicles for a problem with fuel pumps that can cause the vehicle to stall. The recall covers over 11 different Ford models that may experience a failure in their low-pressure fuel pumps. Such a failure can lead to stall, which increases the risk of a crash. I won't go through all of the models, but there are Explorers, Lincoln Aviators, Broncos, Lincoln Navigators, 50s and all of that stuff. So Ford will notify owners of the affected vehicles by mail. 850,000 of them.
Wow.
Let's see, a fight over power rates. War of words is erupting between Rocky Mountain Power and the commission that regulates the utility over a significant proposed rate hike. Now the Utah Supreme Court is being asked to settle the fight. Last week, the Public Service Commission once again rejected Rocky Mountain Power's request for a rate increase. The electric utility sparked controversy and public protest when it proposed a stunning 30% rate hike last year. It lowered that request to 18%, but the commission ultimately only granted a 4.7 increase. Mm-hmm. Rocky Mountain Power filed for a reconsideration. And I think the Public Service Commission is saying, no, sorry, we're not going to reconsider. So it can go to the Utah Supreme Court, and they may decide it in the long run. A former Washington County Sheriff's Office deputy has been charged with manslaughter in connection with a fatal crash involving a motorcyclist last year. Salafia Clyde Brown was charged Thursday with second-degree felony nearly 8 months after he was involved in the accident on Old Highway 91. Brown was in his patrol vehicle on his way to a rollover crash on the highway when he collided with the motorcycle.
Oof.
The guy was identified as Daniel Jack Monfro. After Monfro was pronounced dead at the scene, Brown was taken to the hospital and later released. The sheriff's office said Brown is no longer with the department and hadn't been with the department for a long time. Native American culture. American Indian Services hosting an event highlighting Native American culture on the Utah Valley University campus in Orem. Will feature a traditional dancing and a fashion show and artwork. Native American Market Days. It's now in its third year. It runs from today and Saturday. Today and Saturday. It's a free event at the Utah Valley University Computer Science Building Courtyard, 800 West University Parkway. Trump's immigration enforcement record so far. A lot of arrests, not many deportations. The discrepancy between arrests and deportations highlights the challenges that the Trump administration faces to make good on his inauguration vow to deport, quote, millions and millions of immigrants. According to ICE data, its agents arrested roughly 30,000 immigrants last month, the most since monthly data was made public, but the number of immigrants deported, out of 30,000, about 18,000. Not a very high number, considering. Let's see, oh, good Lord.
What?
Attorney General Pam Bondi said Wednesday that medical professionals and organizations that mutilated children in the service of a warped ideology.
Oh, is this transgender kid?
Will be held accountable. The Justice Department has issued subpoenas demanding confidential patient information from more than 20 doctors and hospitals that provide gender-related treatments to minors.
That's HIPAA.
And gender-related treatment to minors is not surgery.
No.
If they want surgery, that's something they do when they're adults. This is talking about therapy and maybe hormonal treatments, which are reversible.
And the number
they're not doing surgery on children.
And the number of those kids is very, very small.
Tiny.
Very small.
Tiny.
And finally, this story. Are you ready with the
I don't know.
Mason?
Yeah.
The Sonoran desert toad, so this is in the New York Times today, has psychedelic powers. When the toad is threatened, it secretes a powerful psychedelic compound from specialized skin glands, and this is causing the toad a lot of problems because people are continuing to try and trap them. And here.
Them toad suckers! How about them toad suckers? Ain't they quad? Sitting there sucking them green toady frogs, sucking them hop toads, sucking them chunkers, sucking them leafy types, sucking them plunkers. Look at them toad suckers, ain't they snappy? Sucking them toads. Frogs sure makes them happy.
It was the that's Mason Williams. It was the fad a long time ago too. I remember people would catch those toads, or allegedly, and lick them, and get get high from their psychedelic secretions. And they're just, the poor. Did we have a picture of the toad?
Yeah, he was.
Look, he's a lovely toad.
Mm-hmm.
He's just trying to live his life. Leave him alone, okay?
Weather, traffic.
It's hot, and that is not going to change. Well, yeah, it is. It's going to get hotter. I guess that's changing.
Exactly.
Today will be the coolest out of the next 7. 90 today, 94 tomorrow, 98 on Sunday, and then we stay in the upper 90s for the foreseeable future, and no rain, no nothing. Traffic, we have crash northbound I-15, 102nd south. The only accident that UDOT is reporting. Perhaps you need to report something. You do that via text at 33986.
All right. There's boner candidate number 3. Making America great again by appointing the alpha male, a man with riz. Trump has made a lot of unconventional appointments since winning a second term. Last night, in fact, he tapped the former Real World cast member Sean Duffy to head up the nation's space program. But the president outdid himself by asking Nick Adams to serve as the United States ambassador to Malaysia. Adams is an Australian-born right-wing influencer and self-professed alpha male whose devotion to Trump is so extreme that many have wondered if it's an Andy Kaufman-esque performance artist trolling liberals and conservative alike. Adams responded to the nomination in a lengthy video on Thursday, talking breathlessly about the call of duty over lofty background music as the camera cut to various angles of him orating from behind a desk. It is, Mr. President, my honor to represent you and serve our nation before King Ibrahim Iskander and his people, Adams said. Adams' social media presence has long been an object of racism. He writes incessantly about living life as an alpha male, which, according to Adams, involves constantly eating steak, golfing foursomes with the boys, negotiating multi-million-dollar deals, spreading unvarnished misogyny, slavish devotion to Trump, and never apologizing. June is Alpha Male Awareness Month, he wrote at the beginning of the month. As an alpha male, I don't do Taco Tuesday. I prefer Tomahawk Tuesday. And he held up a huge tomahawk steak. He summed up his existence like this. I'm based. I have riz. I'm smart. I'm charismatic. I have superior genetics. I'm strong. I'm bold. I'm intense. I have large amounts of testosterone. I am never wrong. I don't apologize.
Yeah.
I am the alpha male.
It sounds like a joke.
It is a joke, isn't it? It's got to be an act.
I think he believes this stuff. He likes to go to Hooters. He's now going to be whether he's joking or whether it's real, he's now the ambassador to Malaysia.
Do they have a Hooters in Malaysia?
Probably not. Making America great again by appointing the alpha male, a man with riz.
All right. Time to vote for Boner. Let's review the first 2 and get to voting.
Boner candidate number 1. You shouldn't have to call Matt Gephardt for a thing like this. A simple mistake on a decimal point cost a Salt Lake City man more than $2,000. Months-long ordeal trying to get the money back. Finally, he called Gephardt. Gephardt goes one phone call, goes and talks. Yes, sir. We'll give him the money. Boner candidate number 2. I'm asking for this divorce on biblical grounds. Angela Paxton divorcing her turd of a husband, Ken Paxton, the state attorney general in Texas. And boner candidate number 3, making America great again by appointing the alpha male, a man with riz.
Alpha male have an ascot? I'm just wondering. Mr. Howell, of course, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, time to vote for Boner of the Day, 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number, the one that you think is the worst, the one that you think should win. Put that single digit in the message of a text, and then text that to 33986. Or call Katie in the producer's booth at 877-602-9696. Take your live voice vote. Or go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boners, July 11, 2025. Click and vote. If you don't see that box, refresh your browser. It'll appear. Click and vote. We'll award Boner of the Day right after these messages. Stand by.
Yeah, you listen to...
I have a 7-year-old, so
exactly,
who's starting comp soccer. competition soccer.
Say goodbye to the rest of your weekends for the rest of your life.
That's what I'm saying. It all starts tomorrow. They have a tournament tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
They have a game at 11. No, they have a game at 2. They have a game at 7.
Mm-hmm.
Friday they have a game at 11, and we're going to be up at Snowbird. So somehow I have to get from Snowbird to. This is going to be. This is my life.
I would suggest using your car. I think you would use your car.
Let me ask you a question. Was it his idea to play
yes.
soccer?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Because that's when you need to have the talk with him and say, look, okay, I understand you want to play soccer, but guess what? Mommy is saying goodbye to her weekends now because of this.
It's a huge commitment. It's expensive.
Here's what you do.
And it's a huge commitment.
I'm sure if you search around, you know how you have found a person to do almost everything for you. Rather than clean up the dog crap in your yard, you have found a person who will do that for you. Rather than deal with the lice problem yourself, you found the lice lady. Yeah. I'll bet you anything there is a person out there who will go to the soccer games for you.
But I like to go to.
Then quit bitching about it.
No, I'm just saying it begins, and Carrie's absolutely right.
Yeah.
It is.
This isn't just you playing soccer here. You need to know this, kid. This is about me taking you, transporting you, and the other two,
And it starts small when, they're 7, but pretty soon it's out of state tournaments.
Yeah.
Multiple times a year.
Mm-hmm.
It's a huge
which is really kind of ridiculous if you think about it. Out of state tournaments, really?
Yep.
For 7-year-olds. Yeah.
Exactly.
Here's how people catch the bird flu. By close contact with birds or bird droppings. Some people have caught bird flu by cleaning or pluck. Did you pluck any birds?
I didn't pluck anything.
There was no plucking going on in the trailer? I guess it is kind of close quarters, the kids can hear.
There's no plucking in the trailer.
Mom, what are you doing?
I'm plucking a chicken.
Your dad and I are plucking a chicken.
Keep plucking that chicken. Is that what they said?
Yeah,
Keep plucking that chicken.
It is also possible that some people were infected after swimming or bathing in water contaminated with the droppings of infected birds. And some, here it is. You've handled a fighting cock.
That's it.
That's it. You handled a fighting cock.
I have to admit, I've handled a fighting cock.
You handled a fighting cock. There have been a few cases where one infected person caught the bird flu virus from another person, but it never has happened. It does not happen by eating infected animals.
But I knew it was living amongst. It's not the mosquito bite, but it's living amongst them.
And it happens a lot in Egypt.
Our attorney Ed Brass sounds like your DNA dad is Marty Feldman because of your eye drooping and oozing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've got another person who is saying, out-of-state tournaments? This is Gina's way of telling you that she'll be taking time off.
Oh, I see.
Not yet.
This is her way of telling us now.
This one is just here.
And then it'll get announced on a Thursday.
Yeah. By the way, I'll be gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because...
And then she'll say, I told you that this would happen.
Because her husband can't possibly take the time off to go to the out-of-state tournament.
No.
But you can. Because this job isn't.
He has a real job.
Yeah, this isn't.
This isn't a real job.
No, not to you. It isn't. And certainly the way we treat.
Why should it be?
No, we're going to create a rent-a-mom business. I think this is a great idea here. Fitty, time to award Boner of the Day.
And the Boner of the Day is brought to you in part by a delicious salad with fried chicken and blueberries and blue cheese on it. Really.
And Feldman's Deli, Utah's authentic Jewish deli with expanded hours, now open Tuesday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., breakfast till 10:30, lunch, dinner, live music Fridays and Saturdays. More information at feldmansdeli.com.
Well, I wonder if there was a problem with the voting because it's low numbers.
It's Friday.
Low numbers of voting. But the winner didn't quite get to 100 votes, got 87 votes, was Boner candidate number 3, Making America Great Again, by appointing an alpha male, a man with Riz. So that's Boner of the Day.
All right. There you go. The Boner of the Day for today, July 11, 2025. Now qualified to be Boner of the Week. Dave the Flower Guy will decide that when he gets here at 9:50.
Coming in second, distant second, was the Matt Gephardt one, number 1.
Yeah. All right.
There you go.
Is this sponsored, Gina?
Catch 80s Night Out with a Flock of Seagulls, Naked Eyes, Men Without Hats, July 25th at Canyons Village at Park City Mountain, part of Park City's concerts on the slopes. Go to x96.com for ticket links. Best question of the week. We don't know what the question is till you send it to us. You have to email questions, radiofromhell at x96.com. Put best question or in the subject line.
The meh question.
And we have some related questions today. We'll do 2 of them.
Okay.
One of them comes to us from Eddie. Says, thanks for letting me listen. You guys have been a big part of Utah culture for many years. We're a better place because of all of you. Thanks, Eddie.
Come on.
Here's my question. Is there something that you guys have done over the years that you are most proud of? Like maybe the road home or your segments with people like Sister Dottie. There are many things I will always remember fondly. I just want to know if there's anything you guys are most proud of. And I want to say thank you for everything you do to make Utah better. Thanks for letting me listen, Eddie.
So I'm going to start answering every best question of the week. What's it to you, Eddie? What do you care? No, I mean, we've done a lot of stuff that, that makes me feel proud for various reasons. I think, but I would say the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, the stuff I do with them every year, the road home certainly. Things like that are, you sort of donate your time to it and try to promote it and help. And I'm proud of that. But then I'm also proud of, I won't say the Utah word of the day, but
you should be proud of that.
Because you should be, because we did it so long ago that it became part of the Utah zeitgeist, and we don't really get credit for it. I mean, we started that bit a very long time ago, and we never get credit for that.
I'm
the Boner of the Day was
Boner of the Day is good.
I'm proud of things more generally. I am proud that this show continues to be a place for people to turn to for a different perspective, maybe a voice in Utah that doesn't get heard many other places. A place where we open the phone lines up and let people talk about what's bothering them. A place where marginalized people feel safe and feel supported and feel. I'm proud of that.
You know why we are that place. We are that place because, there's just not very many people who want it.
Conversely, we got this email from Jeremy. Have any of you ever been unexpectedly self-conscious or embarrassed with yourself while on the radio or otherwise representing the station?
Well, again, the Utah word of the day would come.
Sincerely, Jeremy.
Embarrassed.
Unexpectedly self-conscious or embarrassed.
Maybe said something or did something.
There was that time I went to the governor's mansion naked, and it was just I'd forgotten to put on my clothes.
Never did that.
I know I've been embarrassed or I've gone, oh, geez, I mean, I've said things that I said, oh, man, I shouldn't have said that. It came out the wrong way, and it's embarrassing.
I purposely gave my kids fake names and my husband a fake name because I've worried about saying something that would embarrass them. So I preemptively have tried to keep that from happening. It still happens, though. The kids would have people at school say, oh, I heard your mom talking about this or that, and it still got back to them. But
anytime I listen to an early recording of shows that we did, I'm embarrassed, yeah. Because I was a misogynist, sexist prick.
No, you were not.
Oh, I was. I was terrible.
Yeah, he kind of was.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
You've changed a lot over the years, my friend.
Yeah. When I listen to those shows, and I'm just like, yeah.
I mean, you weren't as bad as you're saying.
Were you bad, or this is a bigger question. Were you bad, or did you think that is what you were supposed to sound like on the radio?
That was that. That was part of it. But, you know, I mean, we'd have strippers in the studio, you know, and things like that. That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
I
should have been embarrassed at the time.
I used to wear Hawaiian shirts. That's embarrassing.
Yeah, your wife never would have dated you if she had known you back then, probably.
Exactly.
I had a mullet.
I had a mullet.
Long time ago.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed by the picture that we had taken of us.
Oh, yeah.
That was sent to Playgirl magazine.
Yeah, that was bad. That was bad.
That was really embarrassing.
Yeah.
And you know what? I was supposed to destroy that picture, but I think I still have it.
You still have it?
I think so,
I thought somebody donated money to something, so you would destroy it.
To see it. No, just to see it.
Just to see it.
Yeah.
But I would like you to destroy it.
Yeah, I'm in the process of reorganizing my office and moving to another room. And I think I saw the envelope that it's in.
You can't destroy it now.
Yeah. Yes, I can.
Best question of the week. You can ask us a question via email, radiofromhell@x96.com.
Thank you very much. Traffic.
Yeah, with light boner voting and light traffic. Maybe people are out of town. There's no slowdowns or accident. It even looks fine out in Tooele.
Hello.
It's very weird. I don't know what's going on, but enjoy it if you do have to be out driving right now. If you see something that changes, 33986. X96 welcomes Goldfinger with Unwritten Law and Zebraheads September 12th coming to the complex. Tickets and information at x96.com.
Jimmy the Wine Guy is here for our next segment. Stand by for that.
I need a drink.
Have another drink with Jimmy coming up. Stand by for that. Ranlife.com/x96.
A local mortgage company. I know that because they were my mortgage company for a long, long time and always had a good relationship with them. They do just great work. A good mortgage company is just kind of in the background. But if you need help, you can call them and they'll help you, and that's Ran Life. They've always been experts at making housing more affordable, and now they've got a new program launched in June that's changing the game. Most down payment assistance programs stick you with a second loan, which, then that means you have 2 monthly payments, but not with this one. With Ran Life, the second mortgage is deferred until after the first mortgage is paid off, so there's no second payment ever. It's a simple fix, but they go, oh, why didn't I think of that? See how Ran Life can help you turn your dream into an address. Go to ranlife.com/x96. And if you are a mortgage broker, Ran Life offers this program through their wholesale division too. ranlife.com/x96.
Todd Newcomb knows a thing or
I'm a bad mom, I can tell you about real quick.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we know you're a bad mom, but go ahead, tell us.
Quickly, we're at Gray Whale. You can come by and see us, Gray Whale, up by the U.
Come and get a first-hand look at a really bad mother.
Yeah, I'm right here. So last night was country fair at Festus's school. Now, country fair is not like chickens and cows and
like you would. Yeah, that's why they call it a country fair, because it has nothing to do with that.
No, it's a country fair.
Oh, it's okay. So it's not a country fair. It's a country fair.
It's a country fair.
Australia.
Yeah.
What country did Festus have?
He had Iraq.
Oh,
of course he did. Yeah.
And so yesterday...
Is that because they knew his father's a terrorist?
No, he has a brother who's serving in Iraq.
Oh, that's okay.
He's been there forever. I wish he'd come back. But yesterday, after school, Festus said, well, everybody said they're bringing food. As you know, you have the display board with all your information, and everybody's bringing food from their various countries.
It would have been nice, honey, if you'd let me know that before,
Right.
12 hours before school.
So I look around the house, and I see that
Did you have some hummus or anything?
well, the mother-in-law had just come back from Egypt, and she brought this big container of baked goods from this Egyptian bakery, and the container had Arabic all over it, and they were Egyptian pastries. I'm like, that's close.
Wait a minute. If you were to say that to your husband, your Egyptian husband,
he's out of town, I'm guessing.
So that's close, and there's Arabic on it. So you set that on the table, and it'll look
It'll
authentic.
fool 'em. Yeah.
So we go to the country fair and
The country fair.
the country fair, and come back, and Joe stayed with the little kids at home while I took Festus to the country fair, and Joe said, "What happened to
The pastries
the
that I was so looking
pastries?"
forward to eating.
And I said, well, he didn't have any food for his display, and so we took those, and I thought because it had Arabic on it that it would look, and he said, the Arabic that they speak in Egypt is not the same as in Iraq. It's like,
Really?
that would be like if you took,
Yeah.
pastries from
Let's take some
Spain
French pastries to a
and-
Mexico
Yeah.
country. Yeah.
I'm like, they didn't know. Nobody knew. It's Arabic. They don't know what.
Did they not know?
Nobody said anything.
Nobody
Of course
said
they
it.
didn't
No.
know. Yeah.
Was he angry at you? Did he get angry?
A little bit. It's like
Dr.
my
Sam
mother-
wants to talk about anger today.
It's like my mother brought these all the way back from Egypt for
me.
For me.
Did people eat them at the
They
fair?
did. They were gone.
Were they delicious?
They were really good. 'Cause
You
they-
don't know. You didn't try them.
No, I did.
Okay.
Before anybody else touched them, because then they've got germs on them. So I unwrapped them and tried one.
You have problems with germs?
Yeah.
Oh, like my friend Lindsay. That would be good for you next time we're on. We'll talk about
germs.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know. Do you wear slippers at home? Or
Yes.
will your feet touch the carpet?
No.
She won't walk barefoot. She won't walk barefoot in a hotel room.
Really?
No.
No. How? And if you're out and about and you need to go to the toilet,
I try to wait.
difficult until you get home.
Mm-hmm.
Difficult.
Unbelievable.
And she's one of these people who opens the door to the bathroom with her elbow.
Yep.
You know?
Flush with
The
your
whole
foot.
thing.
I'm no fool.
Do you use a straw when you're
Sure.
drinking at a restaurant?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, she's bad.
James.
We're going to have a show on obsessive
no.
Let's do
compulsive
it.
That's
disorder,
not
I think.
obsessive compulsive. It's
Uh,
being
it's-
cautious.
It's
That's
Dr.
different.
Sam. You
Cautious?
Can argue? Yeah. You can argue with Dr. Sam.
Cautious.
I don't think you're going to argue with Dr. Sam.
Who also has a Megillah of shekels
In Mill Creek.
Mill Creek.
So Harmony is rich.
A Megillah
Uh-huh.
in Mill Creek. All right. Is this a sponsored feature, Gina?
Yes, have another drink with Jimmy the Wine Guy, powered by Clearwater Distilling. Today we're talking Canella Cinnamon Whiskey and their new Canella mini bottles.
Oh,
what?
nice.
Mix with anything, the perfect golf partner on the course. Find it all at local liquor stores.
Have another drink, it'll make you feel better. Have another drink and you'll feel alright. If you feel down and you're under the weather, have another drink and you feel
is, ladies and gentlemen, the eager purveyor of fine beverages at the Wine Academy of Utah.com. It's the one, the only, James Santangelo, Jimmy the Wine Guy, here with an exotic cocktail.
There he is.
Mix.
Making the happy sound.
Shake-a.
That's the happy sound.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Sorry. I'm on.
How many shakes, Jimmy? Do you count them, or do you just know? You feel it?
I do. You can do a long shake where it's just this really long, aggressive kind of shake. I like kind of doing a double where I hit it back and forth to accelerate that. You can tell when it's done. It's got that nice frost line.
Yeah.
Shaking a cocktail, between shaking and mixing a cocktail, particularly with this Canella cinnamon whiskey, the difference between shaking and stirring a drink is you stir down a drink when all the ingredients have alcohol in it. So a Manhattan cocktail that's got 2-to-1, it's whiskey to vermouth, all booze. But this drink, we're doing a little tiki style cocktail. Clearwater created this cocktail. What do we call this?
It's called the Tropical Fire.
The Tropical Fire.
The Canella Tropical Fire.
And I love that because the fire part, that cinnamon's really coming through. That's infused into the Canella whiskey. No sugar in this Canella whiskey. No. It's all natural, and they do a really good job. This has some coconut milk in it, curacao, or some triple sec, a little bit of lime. And
pineapple juice.
Pineapple juice. I can't wait for you to. It's a
I'm
very
excited.
breakfast morning cocktail.
And you used cream. You used cream of coconut.
I did.
Yeah,
that was bigger for Bill.
Give me the smaller one.
I felt the weight.
There we go.
Give the small one to the lightweight.
Oh, that smells great.
Let's see.
That's yummy.
Oh yeah, a little bit of that cinnamon coming through.
I didn't bother to stop and smell it.
Stop and smell the Canella.
Well, that's tasty.
You got the cream of coconut giving you that nice, rich, creamy flavor. You've got the acidity from the lime and the triple sec. I'm using dry curacao. This is one of my favorites to use instead of that. A bit more of the orange comes through. The pineapple juice, of course, you use unfiltered pineapple juice from Trader Joe's. I just love this stuff. It really and just a really nice, rich. You can make this in bulk and batch it out on the backyard patio. Just drop it out over some ice. Nice.
Let me ask. So you, just for convenience, you've got these paper cups.
Yeah.
But what size of a glass and how much would you pour? And
awesome question. Hurricane glass. That's that glass that's got that shape. That shape, kind of like an old Coca-Cola, Pepsi-Cola bottle. And with crushed ice, you could do that with crushed ice. Now, the way that you can make crushed ice is you need a canvas bag or just any type of cloth. You put ice in there from the refrigerator or otherwise, and just hit it with a mallet, and that'll get you that crushed ice.
What kind of bag?
Lewis bag,
Lewis bag,
and you can also make crushed ice with a muddler and just take regular ice in your pitcher and just kind of crush it down. That's laborious. It's intensive. You can naturally just use regular ice or pebble ice. A friend of mine, she always goes to, what is it, Sonic or something like that? And she gets the crushed ice from there. The pebble ice, rather.
Ask the queen of the pebble ice.
Okay.
Okay. She's very exacting in her ice.
It's the best ice.
Now, so you would have a fairly large cocktail, and then would you garnish it? Would you put?
Yeah, you can garnish it with a pineapple, a flag, which is a cherry with a peel of orange around it. You wrap the cherry with the orange peel, and then you pierce it with a toothpick. Also, a parasol. We've featured those, the umbrellas here on various.
Ivy gave us
cocktails.
some at our
parasols at our
Not Safe for Work podcast.
Yes. Nice.
They're really good.
Yeah, but this is a fun cocktail. One more way that you can enjoy this Canella whiskey. I had it with coffee the other day. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, really?
Nice and simple. It was an iced coffee, in fact. I was like feeling a little caramel kind of spirit, and I'm like, oh, look, Canella's right there staring right back at me. So I
iced coffee and Canella.
Yeah, I had a little shake. A little bit of dairy in there. It was delicious. So great afternoon treat.
Yeah, this is really, really tasty. And
tell me about the mini bottles.
Yeah, new. So the state allowed mini bottles back along with 500 mLs, milliliter. Those are those sample bottles, but those were more for manufacturing purposes, not necessarily for retail. But the mini bottles are allowed to come back. And I love that these guys jumped right on it. I didn't even know. I just found out this
mini
morning.
Bottle, we've been waiting for this.
So if I go to the liquor store today downtown, I will. Is there a section where there are mini bottles?
I don't know. We can find out. With the mini bottles, the state changes everything over July 1. That's their fiscal calendar.
Mm-hmm.
So inventories are probably en route.
Mm-hmm.
The rule happens. All their new rules and everything happen at the end of the year, or the beginning of the year, which is July 1.
Mini bottles are good for a couple of things. They're good for pacing yourself. Really?
Okay.
As you say, I'm just gonna, rather than buy a fifth of something, or
sure,
I'm gonna limit myself to a couple of mini bottles, take them home, and that's it.
Yeah.
Or they're also
portable.
good for sneaking them sneaking booze into places where it's not supposed to be.
The movies? You take it to the movies?
You could.
The mini bottles always reminded me of golfing because we would always have a few of them on the golf course because they were convenient. Like to your point, you don't have a ton of them and things like that. And I can see really where the Canella Cinnamon Whiskey would. I just imagine that right away. Like, okay, I'm on the golf course, got a little bit of that. You have a beer or something like that. I guess all this, what we're talking about, is what you're not allowed to do. But
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, this is delicious.
Hey, only take it home and enjoy it in your house.
In your
That's
home,
the
in the
only
backyard
place
patio,
you
to
can do
pace
that.
yourself, to Bill's point.
Yeah, to pace yourself.
This drink can get you in trouble quickly.
Yeah, this is a strong drink, too. This is we'll have the recipe online for you. But it's ounce and a half of the Canella whiskey, 3 ounces of the pineapple juice, so a little bit more pineapple juice. And then you're hitting it with acidity of your dry curacao, about a half ounce of the cream of coconut, and a whole lime I just squeezed in there for. So it's probably 3/4 of an ounce or so. And you got to shake it and strain it over ice in a hurricane glass or otherwise.
So if you were to make a big batch of that,
yeah.
So you would like in a big bowl or something,
right?
And then you would ladle it into a shaker.
Yeah, you could do. I would recommend that because the coconut might settle a little bit. Unless if you didn't use cream of coconut, you could use a coconut milk. But it's not. I like the creamier part. I chose to go a little bit creamier and richer. That's kind of how I like this cocktail.
Well, Jimmy, as you know, I just got back from Korea and Japan, and I wanted to give you this for all the things that you've done for us. This is a bottle of the Yamazaki single malt.
Oh my gosh, that is exceptional!
They only sell that at the distillery, and also the there's a tasting glass. There
nice, little Glencairn glass. Oh my gosh!
Okay, let's open it up.
And a pamphlet
sponsored by
that I think you could probably teach them a thing or two. It's how to taste whiskey.
Okay,
it's in the back.
Carrie brought me a keychain.
Yeah. I got a keychain too.
Yeah,
Jimmy gets a bottle of booze and a glass.
Hey, the keychain.
All I got are some rocks.
Hey, the keychain has our names on it in Japanese characters.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Thank you. Maybe.
We think.
Yeah.
Well, raise a glass to that. Thank you so much. Glad everyone's
problem.
back home, healthy and safe.
What's
and,
going on with the Wine Academy of Utah?
Yes.
We got a lot of great things coming up. Literary Libations is a collaboration with Ken Sanders. It's I wanted to call it Books and Booze, but we classed it up a bit to Literary Libations. Great interview talking about the topics of authors, their body of work. We're hosting it at the Clubhouse, which is a venue facility over on South Temple. It's Literary Ladies Club. It hosted for over 100 years.
It's a beautiful place.
Beautiful place. And July 19th, it's a Saturday from 1 to 3. Go to wineacademyofutah.com for more ticketing information. They're $35. You get charcuterie, a couple glasses of booze, and I'm doing a little sparkling wine social and a glass of wine to pair with the talk.
And we'll be talking about Terry Tempest Williams.
That's right.
Utah's own?
Yeah.
All right.
Pretty cool stuff. Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much.
Have a great weekend, everybody. Be safe.
Thank you. Traffic jam.
Yeah, the only issue is a crash southbound US 89 at milepost 420. This is up in Weber County. I wonder if people are vacationing or what's going on. I see no slowdowns or accidents really anywhere between Provo and Ogden. Out to Tooele even looks okay, which is good news. If you are out driving, you shouldn't have any problems. But if you see something, you can share it with us, 33986. Haster Games for board games, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, miniatures, dice paints, and more. Haster Games, 6831 South State, or HasterGames.com.
You know, Jimmy knows me because I handed him my empty glass just so he could throw it away, and he poured
you another.
There you go. Well, you don't want it to go to waste.
Exactly. All right, Beat Gina coming up after these messages and a song. It's Superman trivia that we have for you today. What is our prize?
We have tickets to see Incubus. Oh, I think this is tonight. Maybe tomorrow? No, tomorrow night.
I don't know. Katie's going. She's
Incubus and Manchester Orchestra.
You'll see Katie there, I'm sure. All right, Incubus tickets, 877-602-9696. It's tomorrow night. So call and play. Beat Gina. You'll get those tickets. All right. UtahAdvocates.com.
The advocates are really fine people for our community. Now, you know, they're lawyers. And lawyers? How can they be fine people? They are. They're personal injury attorneys. They help people get the money that they deserve, people who've been injured in accidents. But they also help the community, all kinds of stuff. And right now they're doing the Apple Tree program to help kids who are in shelter at the road home. Back to school time, and kids need back to school supplies.
Shoes, backpacks, that kind of thing. And what the Apple Tree is it's an actual little tree that they have in the different locations of the advocates' offices, Ogden, Murray, and Provo. You can go in there, pick an apple or two off the tree. That apple represents a specific child at the road home and what their needs are. You can go shopping for them.
Or you can just donate money through the advocates. Just go to UtahAdvocates.com. You'll see their Venmo and all of that, and where you can help out.
Bum bum bum. Yeah, we rum bum bum bum, feeling hot, because it's time for Beat Gina. I'm your announcer, Johnny Ola, reminding you that to be fat is folly, especially when fat can be reduced easily, conveniently, and best of all, safely by the use of La Parle Obesity Soap. This obesity soap, used like an ordinary soap, positively reduces fat without dieting or gymnastics.
Wow.
Absolutely harmless. And it never fails to reduce flesh when directions are followed. Send for a book of testimonials today. Box of 2 cakes, sent prepaid on receipt of $2. Norwood Chemical Company, St. James Boulevard, New York, New York. And now, here he is, absolutely harmless when directions are followed. Your host, Kerry Jackson.
Thank you, Johnny Ola.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. The randomizer has picked a contestant. Gina, you'll be playing against Shelley today.
Hi,
hello, Shelley. How are you?
Hey, I'm great. How are you guys?
Just fine, Shelley. We're going to toss a coin to see who goes first.
I'm okay.
Johnny's fine. He's just fine. We'll be toss a coin to see who goes first. It'll give you an advantage in the game, Shelley. Heads or tails? Call it.
Let's go with tails.
All right. Coin toss app says heads. Gina Barberi.
Oh, Shelley, you're one step further away from winning these tickets to see indie rock band Weathers at Kilby Court on July 30th. Tickets are on sale and going fast. You can get ticket links at x96.com. We're going to put those tickets maybe in a mug.
In a Radio from Hell coffee mug.
I'll stuff them in there.
All right. So, all right, Shelley, this question is for Gina first. It's multiple choice. If she answers it correctly, she gets the point. If not, you can answer the question correctly and steal her point away. We'll go back and forth till one of you has 3 points. Now, Blair Witch Project, the movie, released on this day in 1999. So it's Blair Witch Project movie trivia. Gina, first question.
Yeah.
Each of the 3 main actors were forced to sign a release form agreeing to let the producers and directors mess with their heads. What was one of the things that the director did to mess with their heads?
Okay.
Is it 1, he spoke only in cat meows? Was it 2? Was it 2, the director would threaten the actors with, I got your nose.
Yeah.
You want to keep that nose?
Yes. No, sorry.
3, one of the directors had violently shaken the tent, which was not in the script, and genuinely terrified the actors. Or 4, every day the director told the actors he hated them and spat at them.
The tent shaking.
Tent shaking is correct.
I remember that. That's 1 point for Gina. Shelley, your turn.
Shelley.
Okay.
The Blair Witch itself was not seen in the movie. It was supposed to be seen in the movie. As the characters were running out of their tent, that's when it was supposed to be seen. Why do we never actually see the witch in the film? Was it 1? The cameraman was supposed to pan left, where the audience would briefly see a shot of a woman wearing a white gown, but he forgot to pan left, and the scene was not reshot. Was it 2? The actor playing the witch got lost on the way to the set. Was it 3? According to the lawsuit, Witch v. Movie Studio, creative differences. Or was it 4? The witch refused to leave her trailer unless she got her coconut water. I specifically asked for Harmless Harvest brand, Janine.
I'm going to say 1.
1 is correct, yes.
What's that? And that answer again is what?
It was he was supposed to pan left to see the witch. He didn't pan left.
Yeah.
They didn't reach
It actually worked better that you didn't see it.
All right, it's 1-1.
Terrifying.
Gina, it's your turn.
Okay.
Gina? One of the video cameras used by the actors was bought at Circuit City. What did they do with it after finishing the movie?
Okay.
Was it 1, sold it on eBay for charity? 2, they returned the camera to Circuit City for a refund? Was it 3, they returned the camera to Best Buy, and that's why Circuit City is out of business? Or 4, they sold it to director Christopher Columbus, and he used it to shoot Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone?
I'm going number 2.
That is correct. They returned it to Circuit City for a refund.
That's right. 2-1. Shelley, your chance to tie the game.
Shelley. To promote discord between the actors, that's messing with their heads. To promote discord between the actors, what did the directors do? Was it 1, ration their cigarettes? 2, said things like, you're good, but you're no Katherine Heigl.
Yeah.
3, during breaks, made them listen to Pablo Cruz, I Go to Rio on a loop. Or 4, they deliberately gave them less food each day of the shooting.
Oh, geez. I'm going to say 1, because it was the 90s. Everybody smoked.
You'd like to think that, wouldn't you?
Oh, no.
Terribly sorry. That's incorrect.
This is, that could be a fatal mistake because Gina could win with this steal.
There were lots of fatal mistakes in the Blair Witch Project. They restricted their food.
Every day.
Well, Gina, you win the game.
Yeah.
It's got to be illegal.
It probably is.
I'm so sorry, Shelley. I have the feeling you're going to do all right anyway. I just feel sorry for you that you lost.
Oh, Johnny, you are right. We'll make good on Shelley's loss by giving her the tickets anyway.
Oh, there you go, Shelley.
All right, Shelley, hang on the line.
Johnny,
yes.
I thought the movie was real.
When you saw it, you thought the movie was real. Aren't you cute?
All right, thank you, Shelley. Hang on the line. We'll tell you how to get those tickets. All right?
I've got to go. It's time for my karaoke lesson.
Well, okay.
Join the parade, dance along, feel the pride where we belong. In the Clyde Collective, we know how to have a good time. Come show, colors, bright lights all aglow. Watch and learn, my friend. Let's go. It's in your soul. Rainbow lights, let's lose control. Move your body, break the mold. Hearts united, we are bold. Pride where we belong. In the Clyde Collective, we know how to have a good time. Come show. Colors, black flags all aglow. Watch and learn, my friend. Let's go. Feel the beat, it's in your soul.
On this day in 1957, Bill's boyfriend, Peter Murphy, was born.
That Strange Kind of Love by Peter Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
I like that last verse. I just looked up the lyrics here. There is no middle ground, or that's how it seems, for us to walk or to take. Instead, we tumble down, either side, left or right.
All right.
I like it.
Happy birthday, Peter. Handsome man.
Yep.
All right, so we got Gina, brought to you by...
Brought to you by X96 welcomes Incubus with special guest Manchester Orchestra July 12th at Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater.
Thank you.
Well, I'm Gina announcer and Territon cigarette smoker, Johnny Ola.
Really?
Inviting you to join me in the other Unswitchables.
Unswitchables.
Get the filter that made activated charcoal famous and the taste that makes Territon smokers so aggressively loyal. Us Territon smokers would rather fight than switch. The white filter gives you clean taste. The charcoal filter gives you smooth taste. Together, they give you the great taste of dual filter Territon cigarettes, America's largest selling activated charcoal filter cigarette.
That is the worst. If you go to x96.com/live, that is an unsettling ad.
That was their that's Territon. That was Territon's whole campaign. People with black eyes.
I'd fight you for the.
Yeah. So don't try to change our minds. Us Territon smokers would rather fight than switch.
It's a woman with a black eye smoking a cigarette. This is a horrible ad.
Well, you've convinced me.
I think she's cute. And game show lovers would rather fight than switch hosts. So we're in luck. Here he is, your host. Our host, non-smoker, Kerry Jackson.
Thank you, Johnny Ola. You all right, Johnny?
Territons are great.
Have another Territon there, would you? All right. Let's see. The randomizer has picked a contestant. Gina, you'll be going against Micah today. Micah, are you there?
I am here.
All right, Micah. We're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you the advantage in the game. If you call it correctly, heads or tails.
Tails.
All right. And it is tails.
You're going to be one step closer to winning these Incubus tickets.
All right.
Well, here's hoping.
Here's how we do it. Multiple choice, pop culture trivia. If you get the answer correct because you won the coin toss, this first question is for you exclusively. If you get it correct, you get the point. If not, Gina's been paying attention. She'll answer it correctly and steal your point away, and we'll go back and forth like that till one of you gets 3 points.
Oh, we'll warn you, Micah. This is the only time Gina pays attention.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
Now, because the Superman movie opens today, thought we'd do some... Well, and because it's Michael Rosenbaum's birthday, he was a Lex Luthor at one point. It's Superman trivia today. So let's begin.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
All right.
First question for you, Micah. Micah, now this is in the comic book, okay? Which of Superman's sweethearts became the superheroine known as Insect Queen?
This is real,
Canon.
right? Okay.
Canon. Which one of Superman's sweethearts became Insect Queen? Was it 1, Lana Lang? Is it 2, Lois Lane? Is it 3, Kimberly Guilfoyle? Or 4, Marjorie Taylor Greene?
2.
Lois Lane?
No.
I'd throw that in there to fool you, but...
Lois could never be Insect Queen.
Be Lana Lang.
Lana Lang.
Yeah.
Lois did get Superman's powers once, though.
Uh-huh.
Darn.
Lana Lang had
But I get for watching these Marvel.
Lana Lang had problems.
Yes. Gina.
Yes.
It's 1-0. Gina controls the question. It could soon be 2-0.
Gina, in the movie Man of Steel, you're a hairy-chested Superman.
Yes.
When Zod first uses his heat vision, the floor under Superman is burnt away. What does the poster on the bulletin board to Superman's right say?
All right, I'll see if I can remember this.
Is it 1, broken AC, call Larson HVAC and Plumbing? Is it 2, visit the Penguin's lair at the Gotham City Zoo? Is it 4, keep calm and call Batman? Or is it 4, missing dog answers to the name Crypto?
The Penguin? No?
Oh, no.
None of those sounded real.
Put that in there to trick you.
All right.
Micah?
Mikey, you try.
Oh.
Would you
I'm
like?
not a Superman person.
Would you like to hear the answers again?
Yes, please. That'd be great.
Is it 1, broken AC, call Larson HVAC and Plumbing? Is it 3, keep calm and call Batman? Or 4, missing dog answers to the name Crypto?
1.
Well, no.
What is it? I'm curious.
Oh, you guys.
It's keep calm and call Batman.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I would think I would have remembered that.
It's still 1-0. It may be 1-0 for a while.
It feels that way.
No, Micah's going to get this one.
All right, Micah, it's your turn. It's your question.
Right. Micah?
Okay.
In Superman 3, Christopher Reeves.
This is the movie.
This is a movie. Richard Pryor is in it. What does the supercomputer do to Vera? Is it 1, vaporizes her? Is it 2, turns her into a cyborg? 3, answers the question, why is Richard Pryor in a Superman movie? Or 4, helps her save on her auto insurance by switching to Geico?
Oh, goodness. Can you repeat 1 and 2?
Is it 1, vaporizes her, or 2, turns her into a cyborg?
I'm going to go with 2.
Cyborg is correct.
Okay.
Oh, yay.
Nice going, Micah. 1-1. Now Gina's turn.
Gina? What comic book did Superman first appear in?
Okay.
What comic book? Was it 1, Amazing Fantasy number 15?
Okay.
Is it 2, Action Comics number 1? Is it 3, Battle Pope number 15? Or 4, Radioactive Man number 15?
Number 2.
Action Comics is correct.
That's correct. It's 2-1, and now, Micah, you could tie.
Micah. In Superman the movie, 1978, Christopher Reeve.
Is that the first one?
Yes. Yeah. What is the name of the cat that Superman rescues from the tree? Is it 1, Frisky? Is it 2, Mr. Whiskers? Is it 3, Yogurt? Or 4, Meatwad?
We'll go with Frisky.
Frisky is correct.
Nicely guessed. It's 2-2.
No, Micah knew that. Micah knew it was. That wasn't a guess. That was.
It's all right. Tied up, and now Gina's question. You could win here, Gina.
Gina?
Yes.
What world-famous landmark is seized by terrorists in Superman 2?
Okay.
Is it 1, Mount Rushmore? Is it 2, the Eiffel Tower? Is it 3, the Hires Big H Burger on 7th East? Or 4, John Wayne's house?
Mount Rushmore.
No!
Whoa!
It's in the movie, but it's not captured by terrorists.
Carrie, come on.
I gotta make
Micah, you can win right here.
I'm ready. All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Eiffel Tower?
Eiffel Tower.
There you go, Micah. Nicely done.
Carrie Jackson.
Nicely done, Micah. 3-2. You win the prize.
See, the trick was General Zod and his henchmen destroy Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
They weren't the terrorists. That was the beginning of the movie where Pulitzer Prize. Remember that part?
Yeah.
Eiffel Tower. All right. Micah, hang on the line, and we'll tell you how to get those tickets.
Listen, I got to get going. I mean, I'm Johnny Ola. I have to get to the clinic. I don't want to be late for my daily asthma nebulizer.
All right. Okay.
I'm not switching.
All right, Big Boy News now, brought to you by...
Experience the power of Laser Rush, a mind-blowing laser show set to the legendary music of Rush. Created by the acclaimed Laser Maestro, this immersive spectacle lights up the dome with epic visuals and classic rock, only at Clark Planetarium.
Well, more than 40,000 people attended the 3-day extravaganza, the X Games at Salt Lake City. But that fell well shy of what they were hoping for. 40,000, so over 3 days, 40,000 people showed. They had projected back when the event was announced in February. That said, all the ticketed bleacher events did sell out. The organization reported on Thursday, and they're saying, you know what? X Games didn't quite live up to its in-person audience projections, but the event, which still welcomed tens of thousands of people to the Utah State Fair Park, they're calling it a turning point for the action sports giant. They say, you know, the numbers but we're okay with it.
Well, when was this? And I didn't.
Last weekend.
I didn't hear about this at all.
I mean,
we gave away tickets for it.
Oh, okay. I was gone, so maybe I didn't.
It also served up big numbers for those who weren't able to catch it at the fair park, delivering double-digit audience growth around on ESPN platforms.
I kind of feel like there were other things going on that same weekend.
Let's see. The events were streamed on Roku. It was a lot of people watched it there. The X Games Salt Lake City was one of 3 events planned this year to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the action sports brand. It ultimately marked a creative and commercial turning point for the brand with a blend of elevated focus on athletic storytelling, real-time data overlays, I don't know what, AI insights, and boundary-pushing competition formats. But they're saying we didn't have as many in-person people as we wanted.
But they got a lot of good video.
But a lot of good stuff on streaming, and the X Games is healthy, and we're glad we did it. So, all right. Let's see. The Food and Drug Administration has granted full approval for Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine Spikevax. I think that's the one I've had a couple of times. I started out with the other one. But anyway, they've approved this for children aged 6 months through 11 years who are at increased risk of the disease, the company said. The shot was previously available for pediatric populations under emergency use authorization. Moderna expects to make its updated vaccine available for eligible populations in the 2025-26 respiratory virus season. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. said the U.S. had stopped recommending COVID-19 vaccines for healthy children and healthy pregnant women. However, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention said shots remain an option for healthy children when parents and doctors agree that it is needed. But again, they're probably going to have to pay full price for it.
Exactly.
Because insurance companies will take any excuse. Oh, well, they said it's not really recommended, so we're not going to pay for it.
We're not going to pay for it.
Yeah. He's an idiot.
Yeah. Well, it's
worse than that, Kerry. He's dangerous.
Yeah. He's killing people.
Yeah.
A federal appeals court in New York on Thursday officially affirmed the jury verdict that found Donald Trump liable for sexually abusing and defaming E. Jean Carroll.
That's your guy.
Starting the clock for Trump to ask the U.S. Supreme Court to overturn the decision and order that he pay her $5 million in damages. The Second Circuit U.S. Court of Appeals issued the mandate affirming the verdict weeks after that same court rejected a bid by Trump to have the full judicial lineup in the circuit rehear his appeal of the 2023 Manhattan Federal Court jury verdict. A 3-judge panel of the circuit in December ruled against Trump's appeal of the jury verdict.
And this was a jury verdict. This was not just a judge deciding it. A jury said, yep, you did this.
Trump now has 90 days to ask the U.S. Supreme Court to hear his appeal. There is no automatic right to appeal to the Supreme Court, although he will say, but I'm the president. That gives me the automatic right, doesn't it?
No.
A legal spokesperson for Trump, in a statement to CNBC, said, the American people are supporting President Trump
in
historic numbers.
In all of his peccadillos.
And they demand an immediate end to the... They demand an immediate end to the political weaponization of our justice system and a swift dismissal of all the witch hunts, including the Democrat-funded E. Jean Carroll hoaxes, the defense of which the Attorney General has determined is legally required to be taken over by the Department of Justice because Carroll based her false claims on the president's official acts, including statements from the White
House. So that Supreme Court decision that said official acts of the president cannot be prosecuted, they are going to try to tie everything to that, including this assault that happened years ago because he talked about it when he was president. That's their rationale for saying this is official business. It happened. The Stormy Daniels thing.
Exactly.
That was. We talked about it in the White House, so it's official business.
Look into this statement, too, by the way. This is, again, from his legal spokesperson, Trump's. President Trump will keep winning against liberal lawfare.
Liberal lawfare.
Just look into what they mean by lawfare.
Yeah.
It's like warfare, but
as he is focusing on his mission to make America great again.
He did this.
Yes.
He did pay Stormy Daniels
hush money.
Who he was having a tryst with while Melania was having a baby. That happened. Yeah. And he paid her money. And the thing with E. Jean Carroll happened. This isn't some invention of the liberals.
No.
It's the liberals' fault.
Happened.
They're still talking about it. Why can't they just let him do
These things happen.
Facing a room of about 200 Utah educators, Governor Spencer Cox apologized.
Huh?
Thank you for what you're doing, Cox said, kicking off the annual Show Up for Teachers annual summer conference hosted by Abby Cox, the First Lady. I know it's been a rough year. I want to apologize for adding to that harshness that you felt during this year. Certainly not my intention. In his remarks, Cox didn't directly mention House Bill 276, a bill that banned public sector employees, including teachers, police officers, and firefighters, from collectively bargaining. So he's saying, I'm sorry. I never liked that bill. He didn't veto it.
Exactly. Certainly not my intention, he
I didn't
says.
mean, I'm sorry.
No, you intended.
I'm really sorry. But if I'd vetoed it, that would have just destroyed my chances of continuing my campaign to become a senator.
My toadying. All right. Sports, weather, traffic.
I got a text about sports. SmackDown tonight, then Women's Evolution and Saturday night's main event tomorrow, and then Raw Monday night on Netflix. Yay, WWE. I thank you. You can send me those things if you like. Let's see. RSL against Houston Dynamo tomorrow at 7:30. Real Salt Lake continues Salt Lake Bees continue their stand against the Sacramento River Cats. They won last night, 6-4. They play tonight at 7, Saturday at 7, and noon on Sunday. And it's country weekend at the Bees. You can wear your boots and your hats. Not your baseball hats, but your cowboy hats.
You always could.
Yeah. It's a special country weekend. And I'm going to go to a Padres game tomorrow with Festus.
Oh, that's right.
I'm excited I get to see him in San Diego. I'll give you a full, actual, live, in-person sports report.
Petco Park, right?
Yeah, very good, Carrie.
Yes. They held a Walking Dead thing there while I was at San Diego Comic-Con. Lee broke his foot.
Oh, no. Anyway. That's exactly
when you go, Gina, don't break your foot.
Don't.
I will try not to.
Yes.
Although these things happen to me sometimes. Today will be the coolest of the next 7. 90 today. We creep back up near 100 by Sunday, and we kind of hang out there for a while. No rain in sight, I am afraid to tell you. Let's see. Traffic, gosh, still looks pretty good. I have no accidents to tell you about, although an Infinity member says giant bush, right-hand lane, southbound Legacy before 5th South exit. Secure your load, people. Looks like maybe someone doing some landscaping. A bush blew out of the back of your truck. If you see any bushes or ladders or buckets or anything else on the road, you can text us 33986. Salt Lake Acting Company's summer show, The Secret Lives of the Real Wives in the Salt Lake Hive, runs through August 17th. This production is a cabaret-style show with table seating, theater seats. You can bring your own food and drink. Get tickets at saltlakeactingcompany.org.
All right, so we'll take a break. We'll be back. Stand by.
Yesterday, I had an appointment for
a skin graft.
not a graft. Like Bill has this done quite often.
Regularly.
Where he gets things burned off his face.
6 minutes, they find little precancerous things on my face because I've had some really bad ones, and so we got to get them early.
And none of this is bad. It's just let's get rid of all that. So I was there and had it done, and I was not prepared for the aftermath.
Yeah, you look pretty beat up.
I look pretty beat up. Well, which is great. I'm glad I had it done. And, but they said let it ooze. Don't and it's hard because it itches, and I want to touch it.
But was it the liquid nitrogen? Is that what?
No, this was a laser.
Oh yeah. See, they use liquid nitrogen on me, so they don't do that. What you're getting?
But I'm
there.
oozing.
Yeah.
So I'm leaving my appointment oozing, and my mom calls. You might remember a while ago I told you my mom had a kidney stone.
The sainted Mary Claire had a kidney stone.
And at the time, they said, we can do surgery or you can wait it out. And at the time she said, well, I'll wait it out.
Hasn't gotten better.
Well, because the kidney stone can move, so it gets to a point where you're like, oh, well, it doesn't hurt anymore because it's making its way.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. But then it hits you out of the blue. And it was, and she said, and she was home, and Daddy Gary was at work, and she was trying to talk me into just sitting there at her house with her till he got home from work. I'm like, no, we're gonna go to the hospital.
Now, can I guess what's happening here? First of all, she tried to talk you into sitting and waiting. Because she did not want to be seen.
Well, she.
Am I right?
No, well, no.
With you?
Because this is on the phone. She doesn't know this is what's showing up at her house.
I see. Okay. I thought you were there.
No.
Okay.
She's doing I'm fine. No, I don't need to go to the hospital. I'm like, Mom, you need to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
So I get to her house and she sees my face and it's, oh my God, what happened? I'm like, it's fine. I just had some stuff lasered off my face. So we go to the emergency room. She's in a great deal of pain. We're there for her.
Oh, I'm not laughing that she's in pain.
No.
I just know what's
But the first thing she says when the doctor comes in, she says, I just have to let you know, my daughter had stuff burned off her face. She's not a meth addict. She was very concerned.
She's a beautiful girl, really.
About me being seen in public.
Yeah.
Like this.
I thought she was going to say, you wait in the car.
No, but before we address any of her problems, she had to get it out there. My daughter who brought me is not a meth addict.
Didn't really want to be seen with you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
So that's my quick story.
Right.
There's a person in my household who loves shishito peppers. Particularly loves shishito peppers when they've been, put some oil and some salt and pepper on them and then grill them.
Blistered?
Blistered shishito peppers. Loves them. And so, and I like them quite a bit, but one member of my household, the youngest member, that person just is crazy for them. And so my wife, Mrs. Bill, grows every year shishito peppers. And it gets exciting, so we get shishito peppers. And because we have shishito peppers, and we have grilled shishito peppers and steak grilled on the, and it is a lovely meal. You have some red wine, just the steak, just the shishito peppers, maybe a baked potato. So I come downstairs this morning. My wife said, I think we're close to having enough peppers. And I come downstairs this morning, and I find this on the cutting board. My wife there's a pile of shishito peppers, and she has spelled out shishito. If you go to x96.com/live, she's spelled out shishito with the peppers.
That looks like plenty of peppers.
It is. It'll be just enough. And I think she probably picked every last one of them off the vine, plant, whatever. And but I just thought that was so funny and sweet. There at 5 in the morning, I'm looking down at the cutting board, going, "Oh, shishito, huh?"
I know what you're having for dinner tonight.
And I looked in the refrigerator, and there's a couple of big, fat, thick ribeye steaks in there. And I know what we're not having baked potatoes. I know what we're having because this young member of my family, the youngest member of my family, also likes crispy smashed potatoes.
Oh, those are the best.
So the little potatoes, and you kind of boil them for a while, and you put them on a sheet pan and smash them flat, put a little salt and pepper or something on them, throw them in the oven, and they get all crispy. And that's what we're having, because I saw a big bag. My wife went to Costco yesterday, got one of those giant bags of little tiny potatoes. But isn't that, I mean, my wife is a clever, charming person. I just think that's really funny and clever, and she's terrific. It's just terrific.
You grill up the shishitos.
Yeah.
A little bit of olive oil and maybe some garlic on there.
Yeah, a little garlic powder and salt.
And then you play the game 1 in 10.
Hmm?
It
is not really a shishito?
1 in 10 will be spicy.
Yeah, no, they're really shishitos, but occasionally
they just come out
you'll get
spicy.
a really spicy
Occasionally,
one.
Yeah, and it's the 1 in 10 rule.
Yeah, mostly they're not.
Mostly they're
spicy.
not. They're very flavorful.
Yeah.
But every once in a while you'll get one that's a little spicy.
My daughter last night came downstairs and we said, what are we going to do for dinner? And she said, I have a request. And Joe does all the cooking, and he's like, I am open to your request.
Right.
And she said, I need protein. I haven't had any. I need some protein. I would like beef tacos.
Oh.
She's not a big beef eater. And we're working through the beef in our house.
Yes.
So it was
any
like
opportunity.
It was like all hands on deck to get
But by the way,
Jonesy her beef because she's
I'm happy to help you with that again.
we can send you some more if you want.
Anytime
some more
you want
beef.
to give me, they gave me a couple of pounds of ground beef. It was delicious.
We're working through it. We got half a cow. That's which is a lot more meat than you think.
Well, it's half of a cow.
Full
Cow's
cow.
a big animal.
Cow's already pretty big. Half of one, still pretty big.
But
I didn't do too bad. I only got we got a half a tuna, and it's not that much meat.
But we didn't do like ground beef tacos.
No,
Joe did like marinated steak on the grill and then
sure.
sliced it really thin
Yeah.
for tacos.
Mm-hmm.
And he
Nice.
should have had some. They call it birria. Is that right? Should have had
Birria.
some birria.
Yeah.
Some dipping on the
That's
the
where
side.
you have to shred it up and then
Yeah, that's a different. That's a
Mm.
different
Yeah.
way to prepare it. But
You know how as a matter of fact, I think we're going to have it this weekend. There's a place called House of Corn, and there's one very close to our house, and they do great Mexican food. But all I ever order is what is it, birria? Birria. They have just I couldn't believe it when I tried them the first time. I know you guys had them before, and I've only had them recently, and I went, "What? This is just insane! This is so good."
they're delicious.
taco trucks on every corner, people.
Good.
It's better than a chicken in every pot. Yeah, so it's a culinary fun.
What'd you have for dinner last night, Carrie? Since we're talking about it.
We had a cod and rice and this kind of creamy sauce with some onions and
something simple.
It was delicious. Yeah.
Cod and creamy sauce.
Can I ask you one question before we go to break, Carrie? I noticed that you have not shaved for a few days. You're kind of grizzled, which you don't normally do. Is it just laziness, or are you?
Well, thanks for noticing.
Well, I think it looks kind of good.
That for the past, I don't know how many years, I only shave once a week. So thanks for noticing.
I don't think I've seen you this quite grizzled.
It's the same. Yeah.
Is Saturday your shave day?
Sunday is my
Sunday
shave day.
is your shave day.
It's when I do the face masks. Have you done the face mask
Oh
yet?
yes, and I gave one to my daughter too. Sue brought back some Korean face masks, and my daughter was very excited about the.
They're a one use, and then you.
They dissolve.
Yeah.
They're the finest. The finest in all the land is the Korean face mask.
Did you do the slug one though?
Yeah, that's it's a snail.
Yeah.
It has snail retinol.
Snail retinol.
I'm surprised you would put that on your body.
I
Gina.
trust the Koreans when it comes to skincare.
I'd like to see you let that go another month, Carrie, or another week.
Another week?
Just one more week.
You should have came to Japan with me. I did.
You did 2 weeks.
You didn't shave the whole time you were there.
I
don't know.
shaved twice.
I mean, I guess I've seen you like this before, but
He has sensitive skin. You can't.
But-
You
but
would
it-
shave every day.
I
but
would
you
shave
can't.
every day if I could.
it looks kind of good.
I would love to shave every day. If I could, I would.
I don't shave. I don't shave every day because I just don't. It's like I can grow this beard, but the rest of the hair on my face grows slow. It doesn't-
Coconut cream poached cod is what it was.
Oh.
So you know. All right. Traffic, please, Gina.
Yeah, it's been a strange day. I think everyone's on vacation or staying home or too hot to move. I don't know what it is. We've had no accidents to tell you about this morning, no slowdowns. Only a random bush on the side of the road is the only report we've had. You can always report things to us, though, if you see them. 33986. Tired of paying too much for concerts? Experience great live music and enjoy adult beverages without paying stupid prices at the coolest venues in town. Check out Big Head Todd and the Monsters with Bill Murray and his Blood Brothers, August 24th at Deer Valley. Get tickets at thestateroompresents.com.
All right. We will take a break. We'll be back after these messages and a song. The song is an On This Day song. After the song, it's the boner of the day recap game. All you have to do is tell us who won the boner this morning, and you'll win a prize. It's easy. If you were listening, you know. If you weren't listening, I wouldn't guess today, because the one that you think would have won did not win.
Yeah.
So I would cheat. Go to x96.com. Look for the box that says Boners July 11, 2025. Click on there. It'll have the answer for you. What is the prize?
Tickets to see Goldfinger with Unwritten Law and Zebrahead September 12th at the Complex.
All right, that's going to be a good show. 877-602-9696. Play the game, win the tickets. It's easy. 877-602-9696.
Coming up on
Don't call this day drinking. This is refined. This is special.
Muhammad had a lot more. My son, not the prophet. I mean, maybe the prophet.
We got boner of the day coming up.
You asked me, Gina.
I have it's actually a list, Terry.
Huh?
It's a Halloween list.
Halloweeny?
Mm-hmm.
List of...
It's 11 spine-tingling hauntings said to be true in Utah.
Said to be
Said
true.
to
Well,
be
then it must be fact then, right?
It's Radio from Hell with another list, because people love a good list. X96.
I'm gonna put my logical, scientific mind to this.
Okay. Number 1, the White Lady of Latuda.
Oh yeah, I've heard about this.
The little town of Latuda was a booming mine town at the turn of the 20th century, but in 1927, an avalanche ripped through the town, killing several residents. A woman in a white dress is often seen wandering around the vacant buildings. Many people believe she's the widow
of a minor who died.
I think this one's true.
Number 2.
Okay.
Young girl's ghost at Moon Lake.
Oh, yeah.
If you go camping at Moon Lake in the high Uintas, you might run into the ghost of a young girl. Several campers have reported she appears in broad daylight, soaking wet and shivering. As they try to give her assistance, she disappears right in front of them.
Well, if it's on Facebook, it must be true.
I think it's true.
Clem, the Civil War soldier at Fort Douglas.
Clem, right up there by the University of Utah.
Fort Douglas is said to be home of several ghosts, but Clem is the most popular.
Why?
He's thought to be a Civil War soldier who was murdered by a disgruntled private at the fort in 1899. Clem is short and stocky. Have you seen him, Bill?
I have.
He has a beard. He's often seen wandering among the headstones at the Fort Douglas Cemetery.
Yeah.
Facebook says it's true.
Speaking of cemeteries, Salt Lake City Cemetery is the final resting place for more than 125,000 people.
It's just lousy with ghosts.
Visitors report hearing footsteps, seeing orbs, hearing the cries of people.
Yeah.
Some have even seen children running around the cemetery who disappear into thin air when approached.
Now, Steph in our chat room, who I trust implicitly when it comes to politics and news, she says that the white lady is real.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Ghostly children at Murray Park. Sometimes ghost stories pop up in unexpected places. Murray Park is a beautiful park, shady trees, plenty of grass for picnics, 4 different playgrounds. People at the park often report seeing a young boy and his little sister on the playground. They both seem distraught, but the kids disappear when people approach.
Well, they want to go help them, but then they're ghosts.
So far, you've agreed with all these,
I think
Bill.
And I know I've seen Clem.
The legend of Dead Horse Point State Park is a horrifying tale.
Oh, it sure is.
It's said that cowboys were poaching horses from the native people in the area and drove the horses to the natural corral on the peninsula of land that sits far above the Colorado River. Then the thieves abandoned the horses who died of thirst. Campers at the state park report hearing the stamping of hooves and whinnies of horses late into the night.
Right.
Facebook says it's true.
The ghost of Holken Olson, the first owner of the Shooting Star Saloon.
Oh, up in Huntsville.
Utah's oldest continuously operating bar is said to be haunted by its original owner. Holken Olson was apparently quite a character. He owned and operated the bar all the way through Prohibition. Several staff throughout the years claim to have seen him, and they say he often turns the lights on after they leave.
What? Well, that's not very energy conscious.
He doesn't care. He's a ghost.
Yeah,
American Fork Canyon is beautiful, but many people claim that it's full of unexplained paranormal activity. Timpanogos Cave is said to be haunted by spirits who brush up against people during the cave tour. You've done the tour, Bill.
I have, and several spirits rubbed up against me rather vigorously.
Now, did this happen, though? People have reported ghostly hitchhikers, plague drivers, who then, after they leave the cave, they come with them.
Yeah.
So you're telling me...
Hitchhiking ghosts.
Beware of hitchhiking ghosts.
Yes.
At Timpanogos, yep.
It might seem odd to find ghosts at a municipal building, but some people who work at the Salt Lake City and County building, we'll have to ask Mayor Mendenhall about this, swear that it's haunted. It's thought that at least 5 different ghosts haunt the halls and offices there, including 2 children, a previous Salt Lake City mayor. Oh, it's Dee Dee Cordini, don't you think?
Probably. See, the mayor's a politician, though. She'll try to cover this up. We know it to be true.
Grafton is Utah's most famous ghost town. It was the site of several tragedies over the years. Visitors wander through the cemetery, report hearing chilling screams, eerie laughter. Finally, this. The Purple Lady at the Rio Grande Depot.
Right down the road.
If you visit the restroom at the Rio Grande Depot, you may see a lady dressed in purple in the mirror.
Well, I accidentally went into the ladies' room, and there she was.
She's said to be a woman who got into an argument with her fiancé on the train platform. She took off her engagement ring, threw it on the tracks, and then immediately regretted her actions, climbed down to retrieve it, and was struck by a train and killed. She's seen in several different spots throughout the depot.
I think that one is true as well. I think all of those are true.
I thought you were going to bring science, Bill, but you...
Well, my scientific mind says those are all true. because because so many people have seen them and recounted the stories, it must be true.
What? There's no other explanation.
No, I don't think so.
Now, when Sue and I first moved in together, I convinced her that our house that we were in was haunted.
Why did you do
Just having a little fun?
Well, it's just, I would, fart in the next room. And she would say, "What's that?" And I'd say, "Oh, it was a ghost, clearly." It was a ghost.
The farting ghost.
Talk about gaslighting. Oh, come on.
And I
We
do
hope
mean...
you'd enjoyed another list with Radio from Hell on X96.
Oh,
The farting ghost.
It's a ghost. Call this day drinking. This is refined.
Irving and Salem. Salem's a ghost town right now because Carrie's not there.
Because I'm not there. Yeah. That's it.
That's it.
Because on this day, in 1981, the Specials had their second and final UK #1 single with Ghost Town.
Mm-hmm.
As I was coming back up I-15 back from Moab, and we got to where Salem is, I was trying to figure out, see if I, in my mind, if I knew which one of those peaks was Mount Loafer, and I really didn't.
The big one.
Is it? It is the most prominent one? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That one right there.
That's Mount Loafer, I said, even though I didn't really know. My wife said, Mount what?
Yeah. Loafer.
And you have no idea why it's called Mount Loafer, do you?
No. I asked once, and the answer I got was, well, it's, loafing is being lazy, and it's just lying there. And I went, well, that's what mountains do. But anyway.
Yeah, how is that different from any other?
Anyway.
Mount Loafer.
All right. Hey, I don't name these things. Boner recap.
Ah, good. Let's see now. Let me go to where those boner there they are. Now, do we have somebody on the phone that would like to attempt
looks like Jake is here.
Jake, are you there?
Yes, good morning. Happens to be my birthday today. I'm running late and happy I got to get in.
Well, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Jake. You're not going to get in trouble for being late, are you?
No, I took the day off. I'm about to go swim some laps at the U.
Oh, so you're just running late for doing something fun.
I didn't hear the morning boner, so I'm going in a little bit blind.
Oh, all right.
That's my running late excuse.
All right.
I'm prepping the soil there.
All right. Well, good luck. I'm gonna read the 3 boner candidates here. You tell me which one you think is the winner, and then we will give you a prize, which is what?
Which is tickets to see Goldfinger and Unwritten Law and Zebrahead, all coming September 12th to the complex.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I don't know if I remember which one won. Let me look. I got to look, make sure. Now, here are the 3 candidates. Number 1, you shouldn't have to call Matt Gephardt for a thing like this.
Yeah.
It was a simple mistake, a decimal point, costing a Salt Lake City man more than $2,000. He was paying a bill, $20.46. Somehow the decimal got moved. He got billed from Intermountain Health $2,046. They took that from his bank account. He realized there was a problem immediately, contacted the billing department, and they said, okay, yep, you're right, that's a mistake. We'll get you the money back in 10 to 30 days. 30 days came, then another 30 days, then another. Finally, he called Matt Gephardt, and Gephardt contacted their public relations department, and they said, oh, well, we'll get and he got the money immediately. But he shouldn't have had to call Gephardt for that. That was number one. Boner candidate number two, I'm asking for this divorce on biblical grounds. This is Angela Paxton, who is a state senator in Texas. She's the wife of the state attorney general, Ken Paxton, who has had a lot of trouble. He was on trial for fraud and real estate embezzlement and all kinds of things. He was acquitted. They tried to impeach him. He got through with that. But he had a mistress at the time. I think he has another one. Anyway, his wife finally said, that's enough. We're getting divorced. So that's Ken Paxton, he's also a Republican hardliner and big supporter of Donald Trump. And then finally, number three, let's make America great again by appointing the alpha male, a man with riz. Yes, Donald Trump has appointed a guy named Nick Adams to serve as the United States ambassador to Malaysia. Nick Adams, who identifies himself about being an alpha male. I eat steak all the time. I go golfing with the boys. I negotiate multi-million-dollar deals. I believe in misogyny. I'm always right. I love Trump. I never apologize. A perfect person to be the ambassador to Malaysia, I would think. Okay, those were the three candidates. Which one was the winner?
Well, my rule of thumb is it's always pets, kids, or MAGA that people vote for. So I'm going to go for number three.
Well,
and the alpha male, self-described ones are always the most for me.
Everybody else said that too. You're right. It was the winner, number three.
Woo.
Good luck. Good luck.
Well, happy birthday. You got some concert tickets for your birthday present.
Katie,
thank you, lords and ladies.
You're welcome. Katie will give you the information you need, and then go get in the pool.
Hang on.
You know, that's a good way to look at it, though, because I don't think I ever have a appointment I make for myself that I would treat it like I'm running late for something. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to go take the dog for a walk, or I'm going to go, oh, no, I'm running late for that. Like,
I'm going to go.
You take it serious. It's like an appointment.
I'm going to go for a long bike ride.
Yeah, you take it as seriously as you would take, like, a doctor appointment or a, no, I said I was going to do that at 3 o'clock, and I'm
going to the gym to work out. I'm just thinking of the things that you would always say to yourself.
Yeah.
I'm going to the gym to work out.
Yeah. I'm saying you should treat yourself with the same respect that you treat other people and other things that you have appointments with.
You schedule your fun.
Or whatever.
Which takes all the fun out of it.
But no, it's taking it seriously, though, because, like, for me, things that I want to do for me are the very first thing I set aside when other things are going. If things get busy, well, something that I wanted to do, well, that of course gets. No, you should treat that the same.
And then do you say to yourself, "Thank God I didn't have to do that."
Phew, I got out of going to the gym.
Yep.
That was...
Hang on, one hollow promise at a time.
Yeah, there it is. Exactly.
All right. Well, we will take a break. Short break. We'll be back with all of that leftover news.
Oh, boy.
That spectacular spread of leftover news coming up after these. Stand.
Flay. Spell it with me now. F-L-A-Y. And now we'll use it in some dialogue as LeVar and LeGrand have gone to the food court at the mall for lunch. Again, the word is flay.
Oh, I am full. That was a mighty good meal, LeVar.
Pretty good.
Hey, you think that me having a large order of chili cheese fries at the A&W was good for me?
Well, I don't know if it's good for you or bad for you, but you eating them is bad for me.
What?
I mean, we're going to have to drive home with the windows of the pickup rolled down for sure. What a smell.
Sorry. Well, I wonder if them fries was good for Mart. I'm kind of getting chest painy since I ate them.
Probably just some big old gas bubble trapped near your left ventricle. You know, you should have what I had for lunch. A hard, healthy sandwich from Chick-fil-A.
Oh.
Eating them fries was worse for you than eating a big old hunk of filet mignon. All that fry grease is going to go right to your arteries.
Oh, hey, how come they call a filet mignon a filet mignon?
I don't know. I guess because it's a flame-broiled piece of meat that is so thick and heavy that when you eat it, you get sleepy and start to yawn. Therefore, i.e. and etc., a filet mignon.
Oh, filet mignon.
Yeah, filet mignon.
Ooh, looky here. Here's a blood pressure machine here to the drugstore in the mall. Let's see. Let's pop in a quarter, and I'll check my blood pressure. See if them fries has pushed it up any.
All right, go ahead.
I'm sort of not feeling too good.
Put the quarter in there, then. Go.
You have to squeeze your forearm a little. You must be absolutely still but relaxed during the test.
What's it mean? It's going to squeeze your arm there.
What's it doing now? It's like clamped down on me like some kind of ferocious animal.
I don't know. What? Oh my God! What's this flashing light mean?
I don't know, but
it's flashing real fast.
It feels like my heart is starting to speed up really fast.
You don't look so good, LeGrand.
I'm feeling kind of weak and pale, like.
What? You're pale. You're drooling. What's wrong with you?
I'm not feeling too well. Get my arm out of here.
I can't get your arm out. It's stuck on there.
Can't take this anymore. It's squeezed my arm too hard. I'm feeling faint. Everything's going kind of black.
Somebody call the paramedics.
Test is finished. I will display the results. You may remove your forearm. I didn't get enough information that time to give you accurate readings for everything. If you want to try again, push the start button to begin the test.
No fetching way. I'm not going through that again.
You said you didn't get it right the first time.
I'm not going through that again. Let's just run over to the Chick-fil-A and get me a soft serve ice cream.
Okay.
Hey, 9:17, and it is time now for Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by
Smith's Pharmacy welcomes Express Scripts, Medicare D, and TRICARE Department of Defense Plan members. You can transfer prescriptions at smithsfoodanddrug.com/payerupdate.
The big, beautiful bill had something good in it. Congress has reinstated the Radiation Exposure Compensation Act, providing financial support for people affected by nuclear testing fallout across a now expanded region. The program, which expired last year, offers compensation for cancer and other serious illnesses linked to radiation exposure from government nuclear testing. The reinstated RECA, as it's called, doubles the maximum compensation from $50,000 to $100,000. The program is important for people that we call downwinders, down in St. George and that area. In May 19th, 1953, Harry, the nuclear bomb test at the Nevada test site, they called it Harry, released a cloud of radiation that drifted over St. George when winds unexpectedly shifted. Oops. Government studies indicate that single blast released 30,000 Roentgens on the St. George area, twice the radiation released at Chernobyl. A total of 80,000 Roentgens was ultimately released on Utah between the 1950s until above-ground testing ended in 1963. I seem to remember when I was a little kid, there was a period where they said you don't buy and drink local milk.
Mm-hmm.
Because
the
cows were
eating
full of radiation, full of it. So, let's see what else we have here. Toy prices. They might go up right before the holidays.
Well, your child only needs $1
because of the tariffs.
You don't need all those dolls.
So Hasbro says they it's not our fault, says Hasbro. I'm afraid that come on. I mean.
What are you talking about? All toys are made in China.
Yeah,
I know,
all of them.
Yeah.
They're not.
I know, but
they're not
also,
making it up.
I know, but Hasbro. It's also an opportunity for Hasbro to say, we can really jack the prices up here. I mean,
and they won't come back down.
No, our expenses are more, but we can even jack it. Well, I don't.
And it's not just Hasbro. It's everybody.
Let's see. Doctors in China report an unusual case of a Hunan man who showed up at the first affiliated hospital in Hunan Medical University with a pale face, sweating profusely, and complaining of stomach pain. Geez, that sounds like every morning at my house. A CT scan of the man's abdomen showed something, a foreign object of some sort, seemed to have pierced his stomach and ended up in his abdominal cavity. The man's abdomen was already as hard as a board, and fearing a potentially fatal peritonitis, doctors decided we've got to perform laparoscopic emergency surgery. And while exploring the man's abdomen, they were shocked to discover a live eel swimming around among his organs.
Ooh, really?
During the operations, doctors found...
Oh, there it is.
X96.com/live. Doctors found that the eel had completely drilled through the intestinal wall and was now swimming in the abdominal cavity, which was at risk of becoming infected if not treated immediately. Using a clamp-like instrument, the surgeon managed to grab and remove the eel, and then they cooked it up for dinner. They sutured the hole in the sigmoid colon and flushed the abdominal cavity with a saline solution to minimize the risk of infection. After the surgery, the man recovered well and was discharged from the hospital. No word on what happened to the eel. I still want to know. Well,
you know.
You think?
Well, how else?
Okay. Well, medical. Okay. Here's what they say.
All right.
This is kind of interesting how they phrase it. The eel is a lurking aquatic animal that is accustomed to living in environments with a silt bottom, such as paddy fields, lakes, ponds, streams, and canals. It is also known to dig holes in relatively soft soil, so it could easily pierce through a human intestine. Although the medical experts involved in this case did not discuss how the eel got into the man's colon, it wasn't too difficult for people to deduce. Everyone knows how he got it in there.
He tripped and fell.
He sat on it accidentally, somebody said.
I swear.
These cases are not as rare as you think. There have been several of them in the past, decades. Let's see what else we have here. We'll go to this file. Oh, that's the... how about... I thought you would do this in sports, Gina.
What's that?
Iga Swiatek, who's a finalist in this year's tournament, has introduced tennis fans to a beloved Polish dish. It's called macarons z truskawkami.
Huh?
I don't know. So athletes fuel themselves in many ways. Tom Brady had his TB12 method. Michael Phelps consumed 10,000 calories a day while he was training. Caitlin Clark dreams of chicken parmesan, pasta, and chocolate milk after a game. But this tennis athlete, her go-to is simple: strawberries and cream.
Oh, that's nice.
That
could be my go-to.
Well, not exactly.
What?
Not the strawberries and cream long associated with Wimbledon, but strawberries and cream over pasta.
That sounds gross.
According to the tennis star Iga Swiatek, currently ranked number 4 in the world in tennis and competing in the Wimbledon semifinals. The dish it's called macaronzi truskawkami, and it is her go-to. I ate it as a kid, she said. It's pasta with strawberries, and a little bit of yogurt. It's just great. There's a picture of it here. It doesn't look great.
Why can't you just have the strawberries and cream? Why do you need to add the pasta?
Well, for carbs, you need the carb load, I guess. McDonald's snack wraps are returning to the menu after a 10-year absence.
You can just do burgers.
That's great. Great news. No, it's great. It's really,
you can just
it's great.
So you can get a Big Mac, but instead it's in a tortilla.
Let's see.
I think I'd rather have that actually.
It's easy. It's easier to eat on the go.
Yeah. The original version featured a crispy chicken tender wrapped with shredded lettuce, cheese, ranch sauce in a tortilla. There was a honey mustard option. This new one is Yeah, it's chicken. It's not. You can't. They're not doing a burger.
It's a chicken. So it's a chicken. It's a chicken sandwich.
Yeah,
they have a chicken
Okay,
sandwich.
I'm back looking at this pasta dish that they were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I might give it a try.
I wouldn't. It just looks stupid.
Look at the picture. The guy found a picture of it in the chat room. It actually looks.
Let's see if that's the same.
I would try that.
Yeah, no.
Just why can't you have pasta with a side of strawberries and cream, like a separate thing?
Wow.
You couldn't do that.
I don't.
You know the Ferrero Candy Company.
Yes.
Known for brands like Nutella and Kinder, and I think Ferrero makes. I think they still make the Atomic Fireball that I love so much.
They probably do. Yeah.
They're buying Kellogg's. They're buying the U.S. cereal company Kellogg in an effort to expand their Northern American sales. The Ferraro Group said it will pay $23 for each Kellogg share, or approximately $3.1 billion.
Wow.
The transaction includes the manufacturing, marketing, and distribution of Kellogg Company's portfolio of breakfast cereals.
How is President Trump letting this happen? That's the foreign company buying an American company. We can't have
Kellogg
that.
was founded in Battle Creek, Michigan in 1906. Its founder accidentally figured out how to make flaked cereal while he was experimenting with granola. Kellogg still makes Corn Flakes, Fruit Loops, Special K, Frosted Flakes, Rice Krispies, and others. And now Nutella will. So maybe Nutella will. You could have Nutella Rice Krispies.
Maybe.
Something like that.
I'm looking at all the candies that they make. They do make Atomic Fireball.
Oh, good, yes.
Lemon Heads.
Yep.
My favorite. Boston Baked Beans.
Those are your favorite.
Well, I haven't had those.
I like
in a long-
those.
Yeah, they're
It's
good.
been
Don't
a
they
while.
break your teeth?
Well, you suck on them. Get them soft.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. May we get a Boston Baked Bean cereal?
Boston Baked. They're like it's like a peanut with a hard
with a shell,
hard coating. Yeah.
Mm.
Thousands of excited fans flocked to a Thai zoo on Thursday to celebrate the first birthday of Mudeng, the adorable
pygmy hippo.
The adorable baby pygmy hippo that has become a social media sensation.
Adorable, but kind of a jerk.
Well, hippos are. I mean, they just are kind of.
Mudeng is like biting people.
Yeah. Mudeng's fans on the first of 4 days activities marking the hippo's birthday. Children under 12 get into the zoo for free. And, but Mudeng is, I mean, I love the way Mudeng looks. She looks great, but she is kind of a jerk.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, and Ferrara and Ferrero Pan. They're two different companies. There's Ferrero.
Yeah.
And Ferrara Pan.
That's confusing.
It is.
So which one makes Atomic Fireballs?
Yeah. It's Ferrara.
Ferrara, okay. Let's see what else we have here. Could psilocybin be the magical ingredient for a longer life?
I hope.
Maybe.
Maybe you'll just feel like you're living a longer life.
They're studying it for let's see. Paul McCartney was in the news. Where do I?
He announced a tour.
That's right. He's going on tour. I have that here
Not
somewhere.
coming here.
No.
I think like Vegas.
I'm sorry, Sir Paul McCartney. He's going. Yeah, he's going back out on the road. First American tour swing since 2022, and he's going to Palm Desert, Vegas, Albuquerque, Denver. But that's as close as he's getting to
Wait a minute, he's
Salt
going
Lake
to
City.
Albuquerque, and he's not coming here?
Uh-huh.
Well, I always like the desert, you know.
Hey, they made me a better offer. That's right.
Yeah, this Ferraro Foods is different from Ferrara. It's not as interesting now.
Yeah.
The Atomic Fireball Company, that was more interesting.
Yeah.
The Ferraro is
not so
different and not so interesting.
Jack White, the musician, you know,
Yeah.
the founder of Third Man Records, celebrated his 50th birthday. I think we marked it with one of his songs on Wednesday. He has announced on Instagram that his wife, Olivia Jean, has given him his first ever cell phone.
He's never had one until now.
Yeah, he says, I've never had a cell phone. He says, well, y'all, it's either all over for me now or just the beginning. I'm now the reluctant owner of a cellular telephone for the first time in my life. A lovely 50th birthday present, courtesy of my gorgeous and thoughtful wife, Mrs. Olivia Jean, who took these photos as well. The White Stripe artist continued, I've been saying for all my days that I've been saying that my days were numbered for years. I can't listen to my music in the car, can't park at a parking lot because of the QR code.
Yep.
Anyway,
it is hard to
Function,
operate
yeah.
in the world now without a. I understand the compulsion to not want to have one, but I think I scanned a QR code off of my computer yesterday we went
to verify something.
We went to Sapa for dinner the other night, and there's a parking lot next, and you got to pay to park there.
And you have
There's
to
no
have-
kiosk. There's no. The only way to do it is QR code.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
All right. Weather?
75 right now, going to be a high of 90 today, which sounds warm, but that's actually the coolest it's going to be for the next 7 days at least. We creep back up into the upper 90s by the end of the weekend. Cascade Collision Repair, Utah's leader for certified repairs. Get a free estimate online at cascadecollision.com or in person, including their newest location in West Valley City.
All right, thank you.
We found a pair, my wife found a pair, I should say, of clown shoes at the DI. A giant
Sad dead clown.
That's immediately what I thought was dead clown.
How else do they end up
I went right to dead
What's
clown.
sad, what's sad about a dead clown? It's a day of celebration.
Depends on where you find him.
Yeah.
If you find him in the forest, that's kind of sad.
It's a gigantic pair. I think they were, I'll take a picture of them and present them next week.
She bought them?
Yeah, for my kid. Giant pair of, they're plastic, but they're meant to be, you can wear them. A giant pair, and I think they're pastel, like baby blue clown shoes.
Is there a law that says clown shoes should always be red?
That's what I thought.
That's what I thought.
They're red. The nose is red. The shoes are red.
It seems to me they were, yeah.
And was he excited about the clown shoes?
Well, thrilled.
Congressman Bozo would like to put forth the following law: that clown shoes will always be red.
You know, I proposed this many years ago. I think we should have a National Clown Day where everyone in the United States, by law, everyone, by law, is required to wear a clown costume. And I mean everyone, from the president to the members of Congress.
You wouldn't do that.
If it was a law,
you would stay home.
Police officers in your home, people could come and knock. Authorities would come and knock on your door, dressed as clowns, and say,
Clown check.
"Are you? Yeah, exactly. Are you in there? If you're not dressed as a clown, you're going to clown jail."
You see, this is why Bill would be an excellent Republican. He fails to see the constitutionality, and that's why
the Constitution is suspended for one
day.
One day, maybe a week. A week.
What is the purpose of everybody being a clown?
It would humble all of us. It would humble all of us. We would all become clowns.
That's why you won't do it.
I can see, exactly.
I think National Clown Week, and
Really?
everyone has to dress as a clown for an entire week. You'd have to go to old folks' homes and dress the retirees and the shut-ins as clown. Even if it meant just as something as simple as just putting a nose on them.
Question.
Yes.
What about people in comas?
Yes.
Because they need to be humbled. If you've ever met a bunch of people that are
surgeons, people performing surgery, and the patients, everyone. And now a surgeon, he couldn't wear the big dumb gloves, but he could maybe have to have a nose on under the mask. All of that.
All right.
I think I'm gonna. You elect me, the mayor of Salt Lake. I'll start it in Salt Lake. It'll be Salt Lake Clown Week, and everyone in Salt Lake will have to dress as a clown.
Now, luckily, I live in unincorporated Salt Lake, so
that's you'll be. But if you come into my city,
all right,
no clowning around.
Oh.
All right.
That's where the term clown fever will come from. People who are sick and won't come in.
X96.
All right. Ari is here from the Aquarium.
Ari is the Senior Vice President of Operations at the Loveland Living Planet Aquarium. And is now Shark Week's over?
That's right, yeah. We just wrapped up Shark Week, but we've got lots of really cool stuff to explore, discover, and learn about at the aquarium all the time. And right now, we have some new baby Gen 2 penguins that just hatched last month.
Get on my camera, and I'll show you a picture of
baby penguins.
Baby penguins.
Now, do penguins, do they change? Does their fur change as they get older?
They do, yeah. So right now, they're these adorable little fluff balls. They've got the little down, just like a baby chicken. They're really adorable. Like a lot of birds, though, they have to grow up really quick in the wild. So in about 6 weeks, these guys go from a little fluff ball to looking just like mom and dad. So right now is definitely the time to come in and check them out. Yeah.
So this is great. And how up close and personal can you get with the penguins?
You guys can see these guys right up close. So the acrylic window gives you really great viewing right into them, and they're all on habitat. You can see them hanging out with mom and dad. We've got some other nests that may have some baby penguins hatching soon as well. So
it's best to see them probably before like Labor Day, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah,
because then they'll still be little.
Little.
Now, are these the kind of penguins? I saw something recently just watching. I don't know what it was, and it was all these baby penguins saying, "Well, I guess the mothers said it's time to go," and they're all jumping off this cliff into the sea.
Yeah, yeah.
Do these kind of penguins do that?
Yeah. So once they kind of grow up and get their adult feathers, they'll absolutely be diving right into the water and learning to swim. So it's a kind of a grow up quick, grow up now kind of a thing, right? Yeah.
And let's see how many of us make it.
Yeah.
They're all going to make it at the Loveland Living Planet Aquarium.
That's right, Gina. Yeah, absolutely.
That's right. You will make sure of that.
Yeah.
Now it says here. So these are Gen 2 penguins.
That's right. Yeah.
And but it says here something about macaroni.
Not to be confused with the macaroni penguin.
That's correct, yeah. So earlier this year, we added some new macaroni penguins to our penguin habitat, and they are really charismatic. They've got these awesome yellow feathers on their head, so they really stand out. And that's where they get the name macaroni from the old Yankee Doodle song, put a feather in your cap.
Put a feather in his cap and call it macaroni.
That's right, yeah.
So now... what the Loveland Living Planet Aquarium is growing. You're expanding your campus there. What's going on?
Yeah, that's right. So if you've been around the aquarium in the last year or so, you've probably seen a lot of construction happening. We are doubling the size of our facility, which is going to make us the 5th largest aquarium in the U.S.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And so we're building the new Salmon Aline Skag Science Learning Center. And we're going to have a big education center. We're going to have a big event space for corporate parties, that kind of thing. It's got a private shark tank. And then we have more exhibit space with the Ford Expedition Asia habitat getting built. And if you're by the aquarium in the next week or so, we are starting to plant the big trees in there. So you may even see us lifting in a big 3-story tall Asian, big Asian fig trees and baobabs and stuff into that new space.
You're not going to wait for them to grow. You're going to put big trees.
That's right. Yeah, we worked with a nursery down in Florida to get big full-size adult trees. We're shipping them up on semi-trucks, and then we got to crane them in with a big, 150-foot tall crane in through the skylights.
It says here in these notes, you're going to put in a 3-story, 80-foot tall tree?
So the trees themselves are about, they're going to be like 30 feet tall, 3 stories tall, but the space they're going into is a big 80-foot tall
raised
atrium type habitat that imitates the Asian cloud forest. So it's going to be humid, have mist in there, the temperature, free flight birds. It's going to be really cool.
So when is that all going to be done?
That'll be happening here really soon. So over the next couple months, and keep an eye on our social media for updates on grand opening for that. We're really excited about it coming up.
You have a newsletter.
Yes, we do. Yeah, we have a newsletter. We also have, if you really love the penguins, we have a cool video series called Love on Thin Ice. It's like The Bachelor for penguins. And the crew over here, they do a really fantastic job putting that together, and it's pretty cool.
Now, I know individual tickets, and you just go there occasionally, but I know you probably encourage membership, right?
Yes, absolutely. Membership is the way to go. It definitely, it's worth it for sure. And so, yeah, you can get, day passes, but recommend the membership 100%. Yeah.
Something it says here that members get to spend extra time with the penguin chicks.
Yeah, if your membership, you can come, as many times as you want. You can come and see them. We also have member events where you get in early morning. We have extended hours sometimes for those types of things, and we also have penguin encounters that you can sign up for. So you can go and meet the penguins in person. And we take you back a house. You sit down, and penguins come in. It's pretty cool.
Now, I thought I had this vision. You said in the corporate area, there's a private Shark Tank.
There is.
It's so that you can throw your enemies into the Shark Tank.
It's the Montgomery Burns Shark Tank.
There you go.
Throw them to the sharks.
Absolutely.
So people want to. This is, it's just this huge expansion that's going on. It's
amazing.
Really exciting. And I have to confess, I remember when the Loveland Living Planet Aquarium, they first proposed this. I said, well, this is never going to work.
It's Utah. How's that going to work?
And then they then they were in the mall with these, I think it was in the mall with the manta rays.
Yep.
And you could go pet the rays. And I thought, well, maybe this will work. and it's just been.
It just keeps getting bigger.
It's been remarkable to see it. How many years ago was that? Do you know?
That was back in 2002, 2004 when we were in Gateway Mall downtown. And then we moved to the location in Sandy in the old Smiths on 7th East and 106 South.
Yeah.
And then
that's amazing.
2014 we opened in the location we're in now. Yeah, so I started with the aquarium 27 years ago when it was just a van.
Oh, you
when
did?
It was back then.
So,
wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So if people want to get more information, get the newsletter, become a member, what's the best way to do it?
The best way to do that, get on our website, livingplanetaquarium.org. You can also follow us on all the social channels, so Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all those places.
Okay.
Yeah.
Become a member, subscribe to the newsletter. It's the Loveland Living Planet Aquarium. Thanks for stopping by.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much, you guys. All right, we will take a break, play a song, and crawl towards the exits. Oh, it's Boner of the Week as well coming up. Stand by for that. Zero Res.
I just had them out at my house, and I'm glad I did. And I didn't have to find a time. Oh, when is it going to be convenient for my carpets to be wet for 2 days? You don't have to do that. Your carpets are going to dry in hours, not days, because they have their patented technology. No detergents or harsh chemicals. Helps them stay cleaner longer. It's safe for kids and pets and for you. Not just carpets, too. They do air duct cleaning. If you've got allergies or pets where you get dander and hair and stuff in get them cleaned out. There's a special right now for air duct cleaning. Get 15% off if you use the code AIR15. Or you can get a special on the carpet cleaning. 3 rooms of carpet clean for just $129. You have to mention X96 when you call. Make your appointment. You're going to be glad you did. Kerry just had them at his house. I just had them at my house. Like I said, they dry fast. No crunchy carpet.
Zero res. There's no res. No residue.
That's what it means.
866 zero res.
You can watch Radio from Hell. Hey, you've been gone.
I have. I went to the East Coast.
The East Coast.
Went to visit my sister-in-law, Karima, who moved to Maine, but we thought, why don't we fly into Boston and kind of take our time and work our way north and check out some stuff there we haven't seen before.
Okay.
Now, where did she move to in Maine?
It's just outside of Portland.
Outside of Portland.
But we thought, okay, we'll fly into Boston. Let's go check out Salem, Massachusetts.
What? So you drove from Boston to Maine?
Yeah, we rented a car. And now, my guess is this is high atop Katie's list of places she wants to go spend some time.
Because you want to go see where witches were burned.
Now, they weren't burned. I learned all kinds of stuff, by the way.
Were they drowned?
No. So Salem, Massachusetts, we decided to take a haunting walking tour of see different sites and hear stories and learn about the witches and all of that, which was super fun. And learned about Salem, Massachusetts and witches, which is the first thing you think about when you think of them.
Yeah.
I think of cigarettes, but that's just me.
There was a tiny blip in the history of the town. Like it was known, but not really talked about. Do you know when it became widely known and talked about and became a thing? In 1972, Bewitched was the most popular TV show in the country.
Yeah.
The studio where they filmed Bewitched burnt to the ground in the middle of their recording season. And they said,
in Los Angeles?
In Los Angeles. And they're like, what are we going to do?
Okay.
And somebody that worked for Bewitched had the bright idea, you know what we should do? We should move all of this to Salem, and we'll write a storyline about the witch trials in Salem. And Samantha Stevens is going to go back in time
Because
and
there's a
save
lot
the
of
witches.
There's a lot of comedy to be mined there of burning witches at the stake.
And at the time, Salem, Massachusetts was a depressed economy.
Yes.
No tourism.
So they were happy to have.
Yeah, they're like, oh, Hollywood comes to town
Okay.
and saves the town. That, I think it was a 4-run episode of Bewitched. Apparently, Salem decided, hey, we should lean into this witch thing because it was super popular. And if Macy can put up the picture, there is a statue of Elizabeth Montgomery in a very prominent place in the.
Which one of those two is Elizabeth Montgomery?
She's the one that looks more animated than I do. But they truly credit her because nowadays Salem, Massachusetts, in the month of October gets 1 million visitors, and it's witch everything. The police cars have a witch on a broom on the police car, like the official car of Salem. Witches have saved Salem, Massachusetts.
Wow,
it's a huge tourist attraction.
Now, but what do you mean they didn't burn witches?
So part of the haunting tour, we went to now. First of all, the Salem witch trials didn't happen in Salem. There's some little village outside of Salem where all of this happened. But they did not burn the witches, they hung the witches.
Well, okay.
Hang the witch. Hang. No.
Doesn't have the same.
No.
Yeah.
No. And there is a cemetery in the middle of Salem where I think it was 10 people in all. Not all women, by the way. 10 people in all.
Well, you mean there were warlocks?
They didn't call them that, but there were men that were accused of being witches, and they were also hanged. 10 of them in this cemetery where you can see, and I sent one of these pictures too. The very first girl who was hanged, her name was Bridget Bishop, and she was hanged on June 10th, 1692.
Oh, it just says Bridget Bishop hanged.
Yeah. So no burning of the witches.
Sarah Good, Rebecca Nurse, Susanna Martin. I knew a girl named Susanna Martin. Elizabeth Howe and Sarah Wilds. It says.
Burn the witch. Now, why did they think there were witches?
Because they were.
Because they were smart.
There was a minister in town.
Is that Mather, Cotton Mather?
I can't remember his name.
I think it was Cotton Mather.
Who had a slave that he picked up in Barbados along the way.
Yeah.
Like you did back then.
Sure.
And she would take care of his children.
Mary Sibley.
And his children, she went to him one day and said, the kids are acting funny.
Okay.
They're speaking weird. They're acting weird. Now, nobody has ever figured out. There was probably some medical problem, something they were all eating or something they were exposed to that was causing this behavior. They've never been able to prove what that is. Or they're witches. Believe what you want.
I think they were witches.
But different people in the community started exhibiting these different things. And they said, oh, well, the caretaker from Barbados, surely she's a witch. And she has caused all these other people to be witches. And they allowed in court spectral evidence.
Spectral evidence.
Not physical, actual spectral evidence, which could be, I had a dream and this person is a witch. It was fascinating. If you're thinking about...
We're headed back to that.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's coming.
Start practicing.
It's coming. Take the haunted tour, learn more about Salem.
My spectral evidence. I'm going to start practicing my spectral evidence.
Yeah, Cotton Mather was the Puritan minister who was behind all of that.
Yeah.
He was a piece of work.
Because
on this day in 1996, Jonathan Melvoin, he was a member of the Smashing Pumpkins, passed away on this day then. He was the brother, you might remember, of Wendy Melvoin, Princess Wendy.
Oh.
Yeah.
As in Wendy and Lisa.
Yeah, that's his
Really?
sister.
I didn't know that. Oh, okay. We have just enough time for the boner of the week and a promo.
It's brought to you by Utah First Credit Union's personal checking, where every feature comes standard. Learn more at utahfirst.com.
And here he is, Dave, the flower guy. Dave is the wide receiver for the Kansas City. No, he's just wearing your gear, right?
Right.
You like the gear. You like that team. Good for you. Dave is a flower guy. You'll see him around town with flowers for sale. Buy them when you see him. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Dave. Here we go. We got to just get through this pretty quick. Boner of the week. Boner candidate number 1 from Monday. You sure you want to go ahead with that pregnancy? I wasn't here for this, but a peculiar exchange between a boss and an employee on maternity leave has been exposed on social media and has sparked a lot of outrage. Apparently, the boss said to the pregnant woman who wanted maternity leave, "I saw that and I wanted to talk to you about it. Is there any way you could consider reducing how long you want to take for maternity leave?"
It's really going to inconvenience us here, your pregnancy and all.
It's a bad time for me.
Would you consider having the baby at a different
That
time?
would be better. You know, April's our busy time. We can't do that.
Boner candidate number 1. Number 2 from Tuesday. This man is not a hero. He's a crook. He cheated people. He lied to people. He took their money. He tried to get around the law. This is the guy doing the fake COVID shots, giving out fake COVID cards to people, injecting minors with saline and saying it was COVID. Oh, and he and his accomplices destroyed a bunch of actual COVID vaccines. And there are people in the Utah State Legislature, the Speaker of the House, and others who are supporting him in his trial. I don't get it. Boner candidate number 3 from Wednesday. The government thinks that we should put grandma to work picking fruit. Yeah, that's Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins suggesting that we replace migrant farm workers with people on Medicaid. At least 20 million of those people are people over the age of 50. We're going to have grandma out there, harvesting lettuce. Let's do that, shall we? Boner candidate number 4 from Thursday. You can't just go around shooting people with bear spray. This happened down in southern Utah, Washington City. A woman, a road rage incident, apparently. She cut some guy off or something. He pulls up alongside her car and starts spraying bear spray at her. Fortunately, her windows were rolled up, but, he was going to get her with bear spray. And then boner candidate number 5 from the day, making America great again by appointing the alpha male, a man with riz. Trump has appointed, what's his name? Nick Adams, to be the ambassador to Malaysia. Nick Adams, who declares that he is an alpha man, he never apologizes. He only eats steak. He's full of testosterone. Well, you know what he's full of. Yeah. All right, Dave, which one is the worst?
Number 3.
The government thinks we should put grandma to work picking fruit.
There you go.
Yeah, pretty bad.
Perfect choice, Dave. Well done.
Good choice.
Yeah, it's always the perfect choice. Let's see. Have you got flowers for sale today?
They're at Ivy's.
They're at Boutique.
So go by Ivy's up there on Broadway, just above 3rd East.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause it's kind of hot to walk around.
Yeah.
I don't have a new bike yet.
So are you just going to go up and sit in the shop and?
No, yeah.
She'll
go to a movie.
I'm going to a movie.
You're going to see Superman, aren't you? Yeah, that's
I've already seen F1.
You already saw F1.
Jurassic Park, so
there you go.
Superman.
All right.
All right, Dave. Thank you, Dave.
Let's do the promo and get out of here. Rest up over the weekend, for Monday brings a revolution.
Sacre bleu! Celebrate the toppling of the long-standing French monarchy, storming the fortress and political prison in Paris. It is Bastille Day. It is July 14th.
I can't storm anything. I'm remaining seated.
Viva la Revolution. Radio from Hell, Monday morning.
Zoutalo!
Here on X96.
You're lucky I speak French.
We're all lucky.
Zoot allure.
Yeah.
You're right, Dave says.
All right. Fine job as always, Katie. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Merde, don't you know who I am?
It's Magilla of Shekels.
Indeed. Artie Fufkin is next.
X90.